digital forests and all of those things. And the book, we'll be reviewing it today. We have launched it earlier, about 16 days ago. And this will be part of the book we'll be giving out. We are set to distribute 1 billion copies in Africa to young people. It's part of the advanced digital literacy that we'll be doing. Also, is the 001 B2B. That is Dr. Daniel Diji Ayodele, with how to brand yourself and digital dominance. This talks about what can you do immediately online. A lot of people don't know that the internet, the digital space right now, we have over 5.6 billion people in the digital space, more than half of the whole world. And digital space can actually engage and employ the whole of Nigeria, and we will all be fine. So having said that, I hereby use this moment to call on well-meaning Nigerians and everyone that is listening to us, corporate institutions, development partners, faith-based organizations, and philanthropist bodies to support these initiatives and sponsor people into the SparkHub project, A.R.E, and the broader global cluster ecosystem. Because when we sponsor a young person, and I want to be running up from here, I'm happy that the co-founder and my mentor is here today in the person of Ambassador Dr. Michelle Uko. A round of applause for her, please. And 21 years ago, I was just a young man trying to strive for life. And this woman spotted me and invested in me heavily. He will stand for me when he does not know what I could do. You know, young people now, you just have this thing, connection, and said, this boy, I think he's going somewhere. You understand? That was what happened. And when people say, oh, this street boy, they will steal from you, they will do this, they will do that. But she said no. You know, I will arrest him. They even want to like create something that never happened. And because they felt that why would an American wants to like help this person, and they know what it would be like, and she still stood her ground. Today, she's still standing her ground with anybody, and a lot of applause for her. And I want to tell you something. Because of what she did, I became UN ambassador for quality and affordable education in the whole of Africa. Do you understand? I have the organization that I was working with was first new generation, was the grandparent of the global cluster today. Are you getting it? And that grandparent vetted a son called Good Most Learning Center that helped over 10,000 students to study abroad all over the world. Do you understand? Because why am I saying this? I'm saying this to send message to everyone here and everyone that will be listening to this, afterwards. That who did you observe one young person in your area there? That you see that guy is trying, but he does not have people to just, you understand? He's trying, try and just assist them. You don't know who you might be assisting. Today, the same person 21 years ago that this woman stood by when he was nobody, when he was sleeping on the street, when I was homeless. You understand? It's the same person championing the 1 billion digital literacy in the whole of Africa. Calling jobs as a diplomat or government bilateral trade. A diplomatic youth ambassador to help all Nigerians in the Republic of Turkey, formerly called Turkey, and now the global president of the global cluster. So, you don't know that young person. Maybe he's going to be the president of Nigeria. Maybe he's going to be the governor. Maybe he's going to be the first lady. Maybe he's going to be. So, please, when you show kindness, and that kindness radiates in me. A lot of people say, where are you praying from? I say they are from Oyo State. They say, but you don't behave like Oyo State because I've taken the yoke that she has given to me. Because yokes are like teachings. I get what I'm trying to say. And I'm extending this same goal all over the world. So I want to urge you today that when you sponsor a young person, we do not give charity, we secure the future. And may this initiative grow, endure, and deliver measurable impact for our nation and beyond. Thank you very much for taking me as a
Thank you very much, sir. A round of applause, please, as he goes back. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for everyone that had entered here initially wondering what the global cluster is all about. I believe that with what we've heard this morning has given us an insight as to what it is about. There was a mention of the launch, and then here we are in Surulere. And as we are launching here in Surulere, we know that we have so much at hand for us here. You know, every place, just like we have the president over the country, we have the governors that man the different states. And as we are here in Surulere, I would like to appreciate the Surulere clusterians, that's how it's been called. Okay, the Surulere clusterians would like to Surulere cluster. Thank you for your tireless work in making this launch a reality. I want to thank every youth here present also, especially Surulere youth. And I want to implore you, please come, let's work together to make Surulere indeed the London that the whole nation is waiting for. As we officially unveil SparkHubs today, let us remember that building a nation starts with building its people. Let us ignite the spark in Surulere that will light up the whole of Nigeria as a nation. Thank you and welcome to the future. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm truly inspired. Are you not? Oh, you cannot afford not to be inspired. You know, I've seen this and I love this. I love everything about what I've seen, and I'm glad I've been part of it. Yes. So to take us further, we're not going to waste our time. We're going to make the best use of our time. And we'll be going into the keynote address this morning. You know, we've heard of our daddy as supporter. I've known daddy for a long time. Well, not as long as some. I may not be counting into the 20 years and all of that, but he's been someone amazing when it comes to the political space, when it comes to working with young people, when it comes to this environment, even religious, like every aspect, he's there for us. And he's here to deliver the keynote address to us. Join me as we welcome to the microphone Pastor Gbenga Oyebode for his keynote address. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I want to congratulate beloved mommy Mogun for another landmark achievement in Surulere political, social, and commercial space. She has always been there for us. I also want to acknowledge our mommy, Dr. Michelle Oko. God bless you. Our man that gave us the first welcome address, that's Dr. Adekule Banos. But the man looks more than somebody from the southeast and somebody from the southwest. Every participant here present at this August occasion have been asked to speak to us on this launch of Mega 37 million digital literacy empowerment for not just people of the local government, but for Nigerians. I want to appreciate God for what the Ambassador Dr. Adekule said, and Mommy also welcoming us to this program. Mommy Olale, you are welcome. Every other person here also bless you. I've been asked to speak briefly, 10 minutes, not to take our time. It's a very busy day. I have an appointment at 12. Also have an engagement at 2. You can see my Ashwebi card already placed on the door. Relevance of social media on nation building. Social media, we're all aware, we all know what social media involves. And it's very important, key to nation building, especially at this time. I'll just share one issue with us talking about, before I read what I've prepared. A young lady in our church, we organized a program by Mommy Emobo, and a young lady came to one of the programs about empowerment, and I want to encourage the youth here, because you don't know what God is about to do in your life. A young lady, we encourage her to attend that program. One of the programs is an empowerment program on social media. You know, how you can use the social media to improve your business and to make it relevant in whatever you are doing. That lady, at that time when she joined us, she was not there. But today, she's very, very there. She has money, not just in naira, in dollars, in pound sterling, in FX. She has money. She came and you know what she's doing, talking about what we are also doing here today, talking about the A.R.E, agriculture, real estate, and exports. What she does is to go to the hinterland, buy products, gari, but we eat our gari in our house, kuli, name all those products. Well, that's what she markets. Talking about digital marketing. Right, Lija is here, that person is worshiping in their church. in their parish. Let me say, it's our church, A.R.E, praise the name of the Lord. So, she just came to that program, 30 minutes, 1 hour lecture, and she was able to make it part of it. Today, she exports all Nigerian agricultural products online. She started that business in her room, and the husband, they live in a 2-bedroom. They were using one room to package whatever they want to export. The husband and wife, they didn't have any child that time. They have 2 children now. They were using one room to take care of themselves, and they are using their sitting room and whatever. She started from there. The room could not contain her products again. She moved to a shop in Nigeria. As I'm talking to you now, she's using a whole building somewhere in the country to store her products and export this product. So this is one of the relevance of social media in nation building. I'm talking about nation building. I've been introduced as a politician. I'm the secretary of a local government. I'm the vice chairman of a local government. I'm presently the senatorial district officer for Senator Wasiu Eshilokosoni, representing Lagos Central. I started politics very early in age, talking about joining the CDA of my area. That's Community Development Association. From there, I aspired to become a councillor. If all of you are saying politics is dirty and you run away from politics, you will not be part of the nation building. You must contribute something. You must contribute something. And what do I contribute? Number one, for us to build this nation, thank God is going on presently. You must register as a voter. It's your civic duty. We will get there. Don't say our votes will not count. There will be a time very soon that our votes will count. But by that time, you are not there. So you must register to be a voter. Because if you don't have that registration, there's no way you can also be voted for. One of the criteria for you to vote or voted for is that you must have the voter's card. And let me also encourage you, join a political party to be part of building this nation. You don't have to be a politician. You don't have to be. There are 4 levels of politicians, so to say. You have the leaders, the Ashwaju of this world, the Ubi of this world, the Atiku of this world. You have their leaders. Then you have the activists. Activists are the next leaders. You can say the FCT minister is a leader and is also an activist. It's everywhere. You know, he wants to control River State, now controlling Abuja. All the 6 council chairmen in Abuja is also the APC and PDP. So it's not about the party. Sometimes our nation has not gotten to the level that we are going to have independent candidates. That used to be in the 80s when we were having independent candidates that you can go on your own and be voted for. We have one of our APICPs who are presently who contested under an unpopular party in Lagos State and won the election because of the fact that people didn't vote just for the party, they voted for a person and the symbol that she represents at that particular time. So the activists are the next level. If you don't belong to those categories, you can belong to the third category, which are the supporters. If you want to support anybody to become anything, the party must hold primaries. And thank God for the electoral law that has just been signed by the president. Is everybody must be involved. It's the number of people you have that will determine whether you're going to be elected or not. It's not few delegates that will collect, delegates, the brand envelopes from you, and then so you want to have people. And we have done it before. In Lagos mainland, when Surulere was not even created in 1991, Surulere was created in 1991. We had an election in 1987, and we used a community. I'm approached to use this Christian community to mobilize for Bolaji Oni, late Bolaji Oni. That was how he was able to win the election. Because we said no Christian has ever been a chairman of that local government. Then we are operating 12 local governments in Lagos State. So you need to be a supporter anyhow. Then the last category are the sympathizers. So you must have sympathy for either this person or this party. So what I'm just trying to encourage us to do is to be involved. And I pray the Almighty God will help us to be part of this nation building in Jesus' name. Amen. Social media is a critical tool for nation building. It enables active citizen participation, strengthening democratic accountability, and fostering national integration by connecting diverse populations. It facilitates rapid information sharing during emergencies. But what we see in Nigeria now is that something happened to a rider on Third Mainland 2 days ago. Rather than for people to give the person first aid and help the person to go to the hospital, what our people were using their phone was to record and put it on social media. The house was getting burned. Rather than for us to mobilize, call 747, which is very active in Lagos State. Or call the other number is 922 or something. They were recording and they were posting. But anyhow, people were able to see what was happening and they were able to. So, social media is useful when it comes to emergencies. It promotes government transparency. Look at BFAS when you talk about the election now. Though it's not working the way we want it to work. But we will get there, like I said, and allows marginalized forces to shape public discourse. So when you can't just deal with people just anyhow now. Because people will record you on social media, and by the time you know it, you are all over the world. One of us messed up, one of our pastors messed up, and I was asked to assist in counseling that pastor. Unfortunately, he released a letter that the mission gave to him to the social media people, bloggers, and that my name was on that letter. It's from UK that they called me and said, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" So talking about social media, so you must behave. It's not the time you can just deal with people or beat people anyhow. So it brings about marginalized forces to shape public discourse. What are the roles of social media in nation building? By providing real-time information, enabling interaction with policy makers, social media is helping build an informed and responsible generation that can contribute meaningfully to nation building. What are the key roles of social media? I'll just mention, just bring them out so that I don't take our time because I was giving just citizen engagement and political participation. That will help in building the nation. Platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp enable citizens to engage in political socialization. It has given people voices. It has given people opportunity to mobilize people. Mobilize for social causes and hold leaders accountable. Now, people can talk about the president, they can talk about the governor, they can talk about council chairman, except you don't want to. So, in doing that, these leaders also are conscious that they must perform. Because if you don't perform, you will just see yourself all over. Number two, national integration and cohesion. By breaking down economical barriers, social media facilitates cultural exchange, promotes mutual understanding among diverse ethnic groups, and fosters a sense of nation belonging. Information and transparency, that's number three. It serves as a real-time, two-way communication channel between the government and citizens, fostering trust and transparency in governance. Number four, it is also useful for security and crisis management. Security and crisis management. Somebody stole in one of our properties, and before he knows it, thank God the camera picked his face. We used the camera that picked his face to arrest him at the redemption city. Because he came there to come and perpetrate another evil. So it was the CCTV, because we put it on the social media. A lady that was robbed recently, remember, by the driver, it's all over the social media. That lady, police could not arrest him. The perpetrator, police could not arrest him. But he was being able to get arrested by the fact that they were able to see his picture all over, and that was how they were able to apprehend him. And finally, economic and social development. It acts as a catalyst for innovation, skill development, entrepreneurship, supporting economic growth and social, fostering positive social connections. However, good is initiatives of social media is in nation building. There are challenges and considerations, and I'm going to be stopping there. Misinformation. So you need to verify information to avoid the spread of false and harmful content that can destroy. So you must be careful about what we put on the social media, because that can destabilize it. It can cause a war. Number two, negative use. While it can promote unity, it can also be used to sow discord. And finally, effective use of social media, including regulating it, can significantly enhance national unity and development. I hope with these 3 points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not convince you that social media is very useful for nation building. Thanks and God bless you.
Thank you so much for that. In fact, please let's give him a round of applause again. I love that, sir. Thank you so much for everything you said. Personally, I think I need to go into politics. Yes, you know, we get to talk about it a lot, and then we talk about it from our roles, but it's time to go further with it. All right, it's a time that we've been waiting for. It's a major play. Okay, it's a time that we've been waiting for, and we are going into the grand unveiling. We're going into the grand unveiling, which is the hub launch, the Surulere hub launch. And to take us for this, take us further in the grand unveiling, is our very own ambassador, the global president of the Global Coastal Group, Ambassador Adekunle Badmus. So I'd like to invite him to the microphone to handle this aspect. I'd like us to appreciate him as he comes forward to take on this. Please, I'm not feeling it. I'm not giving you the microphone until I feel it. Yes, let's show that Surulere Hub, you understand appreciation and honor. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, our MC. This is great. I want to appreciate the 001 Surulere LGA cluster of the Global Cluster. Thank you, Barrister Tigitope Emovo. And I want to appreciate our keynote speaker. Thank you, sir, for that wonderful speech. And you can see the importance of the social media. Like I said, we are unveiling. And it's a grand unveiling of this great initiative. This is not the regular social media that we all know. This is unique. This is bred out of the fact that when I started getting exposed to the world and traveling, flying from one nation to the other, altogether I've been to more than 30 nations, and I was like, what do they have that we don't have? Do you understand? What human resources do they have? What natural resources do they have? At the moment of we have bad weather where we live, because sometimes it can be extremely cold that you won't be able to go out. One day, I went to another city and everywhere was ice, and I actually slumped, like fell down, almost hit my head, and people have died through that. We don't have all of such things here in the Federal Republic and in most nations in Africa. So this concept was bettered to actually build our nation. It's to build our nation. A lot of people feel that we don't have visionary leaders, and they have their own definition of visionary leaders. But today, I'm going to be defining the government to you by unveiling this great initiative. People think that government is just the leaders up there. But one thing you don't know, that you are the government of your life. So if you crave for a developed nation, are you getting it? The question is your own life developed? Ask yourself that question, sincere question. How have I developed myself? Because developed nation is a consortium of developed people. Individuals coming together. They are the people that are called developed nation. Because, and this starts from the mind. And thank God we have our own one mind, so you'll be listening to her shortly. That is Dr. Michelle Uko. A round of applause for her. We need to understand this fact. That is why we have vetted the global clusters SparkHub. That it is possible for us as a people to move ourselves from where we are to where we ought to be. It is possible. It is possible if we are intentional enough not to say everything is the president, everything is the governor, everything is the senator, everything is the House of Rep, everything is House of Assembly, everything is local government chairman. Let us come together and support ourselves. If you are well to do in a community and you are not supporting anybody, you are not ready. You are not being intentional enough. If you have a concept that can move people from where they are to where they ought to be, and you're not doing it, then you are not ready. A little support, a little encouragement. I remember when Dr. Michelle said, come into my lectures. She dropped me around A.R.E. and said, you will own a bigger house than this. You own a bigger car than this. And that is what is happening right now. I own a duplex, not in Nigeria, but abroad. So that is what is happening right now. So, what am I trying to say? In unveiling this, we want to prove that it is possible if the people are intentional enough. If we can all come together, share our stories. You are elderly, you have experienced something, share it with the younger ones. Become their mind surgeons. By letting them to know that it was not easy for you to get there. You know, teach the younger ones humanity by, exposing them to empathy as an integral part of nation building, compassion as an integral part of nation building, respect as an integral part of nation building, kindness as an integral part of nation building, care as an integral part of nation building, support each other as an integral part of nation building, teamwork, not making jest of those that are with Down syndrome as an integral part of nation building. Ensuring that you let them know that they need to love themselves, not selfishness, love for one another, and love for our environment, not destroying government property as an integral part of nation building. Ensuring that they don't propagate propagandas, that they verify information, they verify anything they want to spread on social media as an integral part of nation building. Ensure that they are encouraged to acquire a skill, certificate, knowing fully well that it is what you study now. It is not longer about your certificates. Making sure that every child from age 6 acquires something. By the time they're out of secondary school, they can stand tall in the world. Hiding our wealth in people as an integral part of nation building, not by the bank balance. Ensuring that if you know you are up and doing and your morals and everything, put it upon yourself that before you leave this earth, you replicate yourself. 10 million of your kind in all the communities in all of the 54 African nations as an integral part of nation building. Put that responsibility on yourself. Say, I must duplicate myself. I must duplicate my kind. As people to people revolution, Instead of answers, instead of bad governors, instead of occupying us, let us develop ourselves. Let us pay attention to ourselves, because you are the one we are waiting for. If your life is developed, my life is developed, everyone's life here is developed, then we have a developed society. We are launching this today, we are unveiling this today in Surulere local government area, consisting of the 3 LCDAs, that we have a mandate to touch Surulere. I said the time is coming. If you leave your phone at the bus stop in Surulere, you will meet it there again. And that is what we are launching today. We see it happen in the developed nation. You know, you enter a public where you will monitor your phone to see when a bus passes through your street. That is what we are launching today. Where it will not really matter whether your family have money or not. That you will all be treated, you know, as a human being. That there will be a sovereign wealth built for the Surulere LGA through this community. That every Surulere born child will be well taken care of, whether you're from a rich home or not. And that is what we are unveiling today. So having said that, to do that, we are not just trying to do it, we engage on a daily basis. And in unveiling, I would just want you to open to the middle of your program and see what we do so that we can drive this home. This is our action step. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now. And everyone that have gone through this, I want to welcome you to come to join us virtually anywhere you are in the world. Every Monday, we go on mind surgery revolution. We're saying instead of answers, instead of bad governance, instead of occupying us, instead of creating chaos in your community, engage in mind surgery revolution. Let's engage in critical thinking, creative thinking, innovative thinking, thinking out of the box, developing great memory, flexibility, speed. Let's call a meaningful person in our society, like this daddy that came now, to be the surgeon of the day by sharing their story. Let us know what they have gone through. Let us know what they regret. And I'm happy and delighted to announce to you that the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution to the world, in the person of Ambassador Dr. Michelle Ugo, is right here. He's the one leading the revolution globally. So, if you want to join the Mind Surgery Revolution, you want to be a mastermind person, you need to join that hub. It's on the SparkHub. Every 9 to 10, join us. Every Monday, join us, 9 to 10. Then, that same Monday, 9 to 10 Nigerian time, that same Monday, we go on survival strategies in the new normal. We don't want to say in an abnormal situation. Survival strategies in the new normal. How do we survive this current time? Some people have information as to how to survive. Some people have information as to how to survive. Why some don't? Now, let us bring all the professionals, technical and entrepreneurs together that knows how to survive in this new normal. Let them share their opinion. That happens between 5 and 6. You understand? So in the evening. Then every Tuesday, we go on humanity revolution, where we talk about the place of empathy, the place of respect, care, advancing people central, inclusive progress, human welfare and potential, where we talk about things that every child, which is a seed. When you show a child empathy, is a seed you're sowing into them. When you show them kindness, it's a seed, it will grow. You don't know what it will metamorphose into. When she was doing it 20-something years ago, she didn't know that she was giving back to, she's going to give back to the global process. She never knew that something is going to come out of this thing that I'm doing right now that will save the world, that will save the entire Africa, that will put Africa in a good light. So every Wednesday, One of our revolutionary meetings is Genuine Love Revolution, where we talk about the place of self-love, not selfishness, love for one another and not for our environment. Then every Thursday, we talk about Project A.R.E, Agriculture, Real Estate and Export. You know, a one model designed for smart investors. Imagine for the power of agriculture, real estate and export. And you know, I've mentioned that exhaustively. That same Thursday, we go on accurate knowledge and information revolution. You know, this is headed by the current dean of education faculty, that's Professor Olatipo Adebayo of Unilag, and that happens between the hours of 5 to 6. You know, the timing here, the time for the A.R.E is 12, while the time for the accurate knowledge and information is 5. Then the next one on that same Thursday is Swift. Take action up. This take action up is, do you have any dream that you are still dragging your feet out? You need to, today is this Thursday, and we're going to be having Swift by 8 p.m. Don't miss it for anything. You know, prioritizing action over mere words. Then every Friday we go on Certificate Revolution, 5 p.m. Nigerian time to 6 p.m., where we talk to you about practical skills, entrepreneurial skills. You know, we talk to you about applying AI skills. You know, in this era, know something. That's why we're going for the digital literacy. And again, the value of the certificate is that we want people to learn in their mother's tongue. Why will me, when I was growing up, I was meant to know that Yoruba is vernacular to me? How? How now? As how now? You understand? I'm a Yoruba boy. Yoruba should not be vernacular to me. I get what I'm trying to say. It's my mother's tongue. So we want to create a school where you can learn. Over 140 million Nigerians are uneducated because of English. Because they cannot speak English. And you will now tell me that one woman that sells at the cold water, that knows where to buy from and know where to sell to, that is not educated because they cannot speak English. That is an entrepreneurial skills. Yeah. So this is what to change the narrative. In the West, Yoruba. In the East, Igbo. In the North, Hausa. The next Saturday, we talk about security. We have a British Nigerian retired colonel that is championing that. Let's talk about security. Security is everybody's business. We want to be secure. We do that around 9 o'clock to 10. And in the evening on that same Saturday, we go on Accurate Connection Revolution. The Accurate Connection Revolution talks about how to build the right social capital. You understand? Every youth now, when you see them, everything is money, money, money. You understand? When they see you, urgent 2K, urgent 5K. No, your credibility is a better money than cash. Your credible relationship is a better money than cash. Your character is a better money than cash. Your competence in anything you do is a better money than cash. You know, the kind of people you associate with is a better money than cash. So we discuss that. Then every Sunday, we do people-to-people revolution. And that is to say that instead of us wasting our energy in trying to talk about our leader from morning till night, let us focus on ourselves. Let the powerful one among us adopt the less powerful one and mentor them to greatness. And that is what the Global Cluster is saying. So it's a nation-building social media platform, a place to mine and produce quality and accurate professionals, technocrats, and entrepreneurs for the nation. So thank you very much, and I'll be calling on. Okay. Yes, I'm going on Sparky Ifeanyi to tell us more about this, on how we can incline in the digital space. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Ifeanyi. Some people call me Jason Bryce because I'm a serial social designer. over the course of my years in the digital space, I have worked with a number of companies who have looked at training individuals. Yeah, but we found out that somehow we have a ton of people who come back for the same trainings over and over again. And I was so happy when I was reached out to about this conference, and I prepared something that it would be really helpful to us. It's really simple, but it will definitely shed some clarity, and with that we will know how to then incorporate what we actually have right now within SparkHubs. So yeah, I'm basically speaking on moving from digital access to digital advantage. Basically talking about making digital skills work. Now, over the years we've seen that the reality is we are all connected. We have smartphones, we have access to the internet, we have access to information, here and there, but somehow it's still not translating into the results that we actually need for a transformed nation. And I like how throughout today we've heard consistently about how it starts with you, before the entire nation can eventually scale up. And it all comes down to looking at what exactly is the problem. If we see that we're connected, we have the tech, we have the smartphones, the internet, the apps, the information. What exactly seems to be the problem? We can then see that the real gap. So we can see that the real gap right now is not access anymore. Because there was a time when we were told, oh, if you have this, you can do that. If you have that, you can do this. A lot of people have GPT on their phones and still do not know that they can use that to drive a lot of things for them positively. So with all of this is, why I'm talking about, what I'm talking about today. So basically, the gap is not access, it's actually in application. And it's because of the fact that not many people know how to apply themselves to these particular things. Not many people know how to even apply these tools to produce the results that they seek. Please next slide. So many people know, but not many people are applying. Now, the problems in detail, we have many people who consume, who scroll, who learn, who try, but somehow we still have a ton of people who struggle to apply, who struggle to build, who struggle to earn, and who struggle to grow, which is part of why we have a ton of people who are now looking at shortcuts. We have the old boys, people who are choosing to, sleep around or do things that do not generally edify, individuals and edify the nation as a whole, just to make money. And these platforms are making a ton of money, from those contents that individuals, and indirectly it's gradually affecting Nigeria as a whole, and reducing our impact, our capacity in the world at large. So right now we see that efforts is there, but the results are still not matching it. Next slide, please. Sorry, I'm trying to be really fast because I just have a limited momentum. So yeah, the simple truth from what I've said is we all have the same tools, but somehow we have different outcomes. Two people can have the same phone, same internet, same access, same apps. One uses it for consumption, while someone else knows how to utilize it and birth the right kind of opportunities. And I'm happy you're all here. We'll get into SparkHubs completely, for you to then see different platforms and opportunities that we have within, as well as the structured, manner in which things are done for growth to be imminent as the results that we see, basically. So now, from knowing that we have different outcomes, this then begs the question why. That's simply because tools do not equal results. Like I mentioned earlier, you could have the latest phone, you have the latest laptop, the strongest gadgets, and still not be generating the amount of money that you need to change your life, still not be able to influence people positively, and waste hours, long hours. And the truth about time is time cannot be recovered. You pay dearly for it to even recover, but you still cannot fully recover what has been lost. To time. We have a lot of people who scroll endlessly on TikTok, social media and the likes, but do not necessarily look at how to offer value or learn to build themselves to change, the nation as a whole. So right now we say that tools support, but what is actually missing is the thinking. It moves from thinking to structure to execution. That's how you get your results. And I'm glad that we have this right here. Next is now the shift is to have that mindset where you move from tools to value. Now, it starts with asking yourself meaningful questions. What exactly are the problems that exist? What problem can I solve? And then you look at the tools that are available. What do I need, to take on, this particular challenge and then solve it? You look at, okay, what tools do I need? And then how do these tools help me? These different questions need to be asked, for clarity to be birthed. And when clarity is birthed, you find that it's easier for you to navigate to where you need to be. So, like I said, how do these tools help me? That's literally, what we're here for with SparkHubs, and I'll go into that much later. Next slide, please. So yeah, right now I'm focusing on the 3 keys that help you, produce the results you seek. Clarity, which was what I explained earlier on. We start with you asking the meaningful questions. Then structure, which then helps you know the steps to take. Because we have a lot of, we actually have a ton of people who buy books. I mean, I used to be that way. I had a library of books that I never read. In fact, at some point when I had to move house, I ended up giving out most of those books. Never ever opened any of them. Never checked to see what it was about. But later on, and then I also had a lot of online courses because I trained myself, online and all. But I noticed that there are a lot of people who struggle with these things. Like you tell someone who come take a graphic design training or a Python training, for example, and then they take the training, they leave. They don't know how to apply it in the real world. They don't know how to seek job opportunities or how to position themselves, to be able to get in on these opportunities. This is why SparkHubs has been created, to help bring people, train them, and then put them out in the market space where they can now create value and in turn help the country as a whole. So focusing on clarity, which is knowing your direction, structure, which talks on knowing the steps, and then consistency, because nothing good just comes, just like that. You literally have to be consistent. There's a certain amount of consistency that happens. It might be little, it might be much, but there's still that consistency that is required. You have to keep at it, So someone with simple tools of clearer direction will outperform someone with many tools but no structure. This is something that I have seen over the course of years of my practice. I've had people who have the greatest gadgets but don't know how to shoot with them. I'm glad that right now Nigeria is now adopting the concept of using mobile devices for recordings. Rather than falling on the traditional cameras. Yes, the lenses are greater. But when you start to understand that these tools are made available to you, and then you learn how to use them, know how to apply them, it then helps you get the results that you need, in whatever space that you are. So now here is where it gets personal. I would like us to just reflect your own reality check. Is your action actually producing value or subtly consuming your time? It's important to check this. One way to know if you are actually offering value is self-assess. Look at what you're spending time on. There are times when I catch myself scrolling, I have a break, and then I go on social media and I'm scrolling, and then I'm like, oh, okay, wait, we've been here for quite a while. What have we been getting from this? There are times when you feel you're learning stuff, but you're actually measuring on the minor stuff rather than measuring on what is important. We need to learn to tell that, to distinguish those kind of things to then help us be able to get value. So yeah, I already spoke of how time compounds, but as a result of time compounding, so does results. Your results will always speak of what has been done over the past couple of months, years, years, and all that. So it's very important how you utilize your time. Utilize it building the right kind of skills, making sure that you have mentorship available, I'll come to all that, and I'm really glad to be a part of this. It's a beautiful vision, and I see it going, a long way. Now, next slide, please. The concept of AI. Now, I know a lot of Nigerians have still not, adopted this. In fact, I've had people tell me AI is witchcraft. Yeah, I've had a ton of people tell me that. And I understand their perspective, when people get afraid of AI. The problem is, someone once said that we were so focused on the fact that we could do it that we didn't stop to check if we should. Now, that statement puts emphasis on the fact that it's important to actually sit down and reason things out to be certain, okay, this particular thing, what exactly does it exist for? Where exactly can I benefit from this? AI is not meant to replace us. It's meant to be adapted. It's like a second brain. You have something on your device that has access to information in an organized manner, all the information you have online within a certain period of time. That's like literally happening with a ton of stuff here and there, And it's important that you know how to utilize it. Now, it will only work for you if you have trained yourself to be someone who has clarity. If you're clear in how you converse with it and ask it for questions and ask it to solve stuff, it will get those details done. But if you, right now, recently when AI first started, we started seeing videos online, TikTok, for example, where people post videos and did videos. They were quite helpful. Now we're starting to see some kind of contents that are not really helpful at all. Some people are starting to use this, for the wrong kind of things. And that's the problem that exists. There will always be bad. I'm always talking about that for good to exist, it has to be active. For light to be on, it has to be active. You have to wake up to what exists and then utilize it the right way. And this is why we have AI, to basically help us think better, to produce the results that we need, so that we get better results at the end of the day. But it only works well, like I said, when the thinking behind it is clear. AI does not replace thinking, it amplifies it. The next slide, in conclusion, is now pointing us back to everything we've seen. The goal is simple: move from access to application. I mentioned this earlier, from tools to value. And we've seen right here within SparkHubs, we are looking to offer value to the world through the roots, actually. It's not about fighting, campaigning. Yes, we could try to go out and talk, but most of the time they still do not listen. In fact, they go behind our backs to affect our children, the minds of our children, the minds of people who are meant to help, people who are within the society who literally need to do a couple of things. They go behind our backs to influence them negatively. And in the end, if the children are not set in their path, the Bible says to train your children up the way they should go. And when they are old, they will not depart from it. If you do not focus on that right now, and we keep leaving things to be the way they are, and we keep going out to complain, we're only magnifying the problem rather than facing the problem at the root, and which is what SparkHubs is getting to solve it at the root. Basically train people, build people and guide them through the paths they need to take. So let's remember. This meeting is being recorded. Let's remember that the goal is not just access to digital tools, but to know how to use them in ways that create value. When we shift from access to application and from tools to structured thinking, we move from participation and then we position ourselves for opportunity. And this is where real growth begins. Simple. You go into a structured place where, for example, we have SparkHubs. You come in here, you get on the platform, sign in. I encourage every one of us to create accounts, within the SparkHubs.org platform. Sign up or log in if you already have an account. Get in there, take the courses that they have, join the hubs, the different communities that are there, where they get to show you different things that you need to see. There are different mentors available to you to help guide you. If you do not know, for example, I spoke of clarity, if you do not know what path you need to be on, there are several mentors that you can reach out to, talk with them, ask questions, just be active, be present there. At some point, it will rub off of you. It's like this analogy I was giving. Where if you go to the market where they sell pepper, and you spend 2-3 hours there, and you come out of there, you start smelling of pepper. Same with tomatoes. But if you go to where they sell costly perfumes, and you're right there, even if you're not spraying and you just spend a couple of hours there and leave, it becomes, by the time you step out, someone will think you literally put on some really expensive perfume. Same with our environment, making sure that you're within a structured environment where you get trained. Thank you so much.
Well, a lot of applause for him, please. And going next to the next thing is that everyone bring out your phone. Let us download the SparkHub from the Google Play Store. You understand? Let's download the SparkHub from Google Play Store. If you're using an iOS, go to your Safari, type www.thesparkhubs.org. Please, can you share your screen? www.thesparkhubs.org on the screen. I want you to project it. So please, if you are with the program, you can see that the QR code is at the back. Now we want to go to the back immediately. We are almost finishing this unveiling. So sign up. When you go to the SparkHub, you will see 3 lines at the left edge of the screen. Click on them, click on login to register, and then you can continue with your Gmail. A lot of us have Gmail. Just click it, continue with Gmail. Google, continue with Google. And once you continue with Google, the KYC is very easy. You just synchronize, then continue, and you're in. You're in. The way you know you're in is that something will pop up in your front that says, what's on your mind, Mr. Nee? If they tell you what's in your mind, Dr. Badmus, what's on your mind, Mr. Emmanuel, what's on your mind, Mr. Williams, what's on your mind, Mr. Nickel. So that means you're in. Number one, the unique thing about the SparkHub is that it's pretty much like your LinkedIn. Your profile setting, once you fill in your profile setting properly, it's like you putting in your CV. Do you understand? It's like you putting in your CV. That is what it's like, because you put your bio, you put your skills, you put your experience, you put your photos, you have a background photo of your business. You understand? You have everything. So you put your phone number, people get to know who you are. So if they Google you, Google will even bring up SparkHub. For instance, if you Google me, you will see it will bring out the SparkHub account. You understand? So that is it. Then again, is that it's a place meant for professionals, technocrats, and entrepreneurs, or aspiring professionals, technocrats, and entrepreneurs. So you should know that this is not a place where you meet anyhow people, and that's why we're launching with digital literacy. So when people come there, they know that they are there to learn, to get informed, and to get transformed positively. It's a place that promotes morals. So, having said that, I think then if you see the gist, there's a button called gist there. That gist is like your timeline. It tells you what's going on in the community. So anytime anybody posts anything, you understand. Then again, if you go to Sparkies are the people, it's like the users in the community. So you can connect with these Sparkies, or you can follow them. You can call them on voice call, on video calls. You can create your own ops. There's another button called ops. The ops, I know if I didn't check the ops, is so robust that it has both combined Facebook vibes and WhatsApp vibes together. Combined. You understand? And more, and even more. Because your hub, as an organizer of your hub, you can create a sub-hub. You can equally, upload your documents, same documents there. That was why we're talking about the PDFs. All the people that will get people through the digital literacy, you can create a hub add your people there. Your hub can be hidden, can be private, can be public. So the hub can be a thing that when anybody comes to the SparkHub, they will not see at all. Only the people you want them to see. And you can invite Sparkies to join your hub. Now, the SparkHub is a place whereby you don't need to share your phone numbers to actually reach people. Just join me on the SparkHub. You can equally schedule a meeting, just like we meet there every day. All the meetings I mentioned earlier, my surgery, survival strategy, we meet on it. And while you're on the meeting, if you use your laptop, you can share your screen. You can do a presentation. You can use it to teach people. So just you understand. So you can listen instead of you using Google Meet or using Zoom that will say, oh, after 45 minutes, if you not subscribe, you go. This one is absolutely free. And you can hold your meeting for as long as you want. All your departments. You understand? Department in the church, in school, classroom, you understand? You guys can have a departmental group, you can have a family group there, family private group, where you share everything with your family. You understand? You can schedule a meeting with your family and go on video chats. You can go on voice chats, conference call. So then the courses that we are starting with on the digital literacy is there. You see courses, at the right edge, that part of the screen. When you click on it, it will show you how to become a digital entrepreneur. That's where we're starting from. How do you become? Then the second one is creative thinking for success. Then after that, we'll give you a book. Dr. A.R.E, has facilitated your patron, he will soon be speaking to you, has facilitated over 1 billion books for the good people of Africa. And we're starting in Nigeria, and the books are started coming. We'll give you a book on life skill. Physical book free. Everything is free. Everything I'm mentioning is what? Free. Say free. Say free. Free. I want you to register. That is why. So, are you getting it? So, after that, Dr. A.R.E has a community where over 50 life skill training, not university training, life skill, what people have experienced in life, over 50 life skill training, you should do at least 2 and show us the certificate. Then we will now promote you to advanced digital literacy. The advanced digital literacy is a bigger one, where you get a UK diploma course in any of the digital skills that you want. You understand? Some of these digital skills now, like cyber security, they earn over $250,000 per month. You don't know. When you are expert on that area. So a lot of digital skills, you can even be doing it while you are in Nigeria and be earning foreign currency. Are you getting it? So you will do anyone, you have a UK diploma course, you have book like Digital Dominance, by Dr. Deji Ayodele, you have Daniel, the global Daniel, you have books like How to Brand Yourself, you have books like Service and Sacrifice by Prosterian Awu Vitominami. All these things are free. You have a bag, you have a cap, you have a shirt, free. But we are going to be raising fund, voluntary fund, and that is why if you get the back of his program with you, we are saying sponsor a youth. For a youth to get all of this on advanced digital literacy is just 100,000 naira. Subsidy is not 1 million, it's not 10 million. We have subsidized, we have partnered. These are how we, with this 100,000 naira, we are equally creating jobs. So 37,000 PDFs will be paid from it. Because when they guide the people through, once they put them through and they get to the advanced stage, we pay them. We pay them 10% of that money. You understand? So that's what we are doing. We are equally creating a side job for everybody. And again, if you facilitate how we get this funding, you are equally going to be paid every handsomely. We create a system that it will blow your mind. That everybody that facilitates how we get donated to empower these kids and at least a maximum of the 3K per candidate that they donate to. And we'll show you all of this potential. We have created the marketplace, we have created the monetization immediately. At that advanced digital literacy, the candidate is qualified for everything. Advanced, premium member of the global clusters, marketplace, instant monetization, and we are creating a prosperity for all. Through this digital literacy, we intend to create huge prosperity, bring you together to cluster together. So if you check the back of your program, you see a QR code, sponsor a youth. One youth is 100,000. You are going to get the certificate for it. You understand? So I can show people that you are doing your CSR. And that youth that is sponsored is legally going to get your information as an application for you. Then, then you will see another QR code to sponsor the logistics. Everything you see here, you understand? People actually donated towards it. The program we are doing is free, absolutely free. So whether you want to donate even 10 naira, 5 naira towards this, cost. Because once we launch here, we are going to each LCDs. We have 3 LCDs in Surulere LGA. And we are going to all of the LCDs, one after the other, to launch like this. Now, after we launch from each LCDA, we are going to each ward to launch. After we go to each ward, we are going to each street to launch. So nobody will say, I don't know. You understand? We have the medias here. They are going to spread this across. Are you getting me? So every LCDA, are you ready, media? So you are following us to LCDAs, you are following us to wards, you are following us to the streets. So we're going to have a street head, we're going to have a ward head, we're going to have LCDA head, and we already have our LGA head already. So that is how it's going to go. So if you want to do that, please feel free to come to this office here for Surulere people. You know a philanthropist here. You know someone that wants to sponsor it. You know someone that is waiting for this. You understand? This is the kind of development. Let them come and donate towards the logistics of doing other programs. This one has been done by people already. So towards other programs, and you are from one state or the other. Please get people to champion it. We call on well-meaning volunteers. We call on all the Surulere people that you say volunteer to become the BDL. You're going to guide people through all of this process and volunteer to equally support this great initiative. Thank you very much. God bless you. You have the QR code at the back, and we have our 001 here. You can easily reach out to them. Thank you. That is the final grand unveiling of the Global Cluster SparkHubs. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. We've done an amazing time. We've done an amazing work with the launching. I believe everyone in-house has been able to learn and understand what the global cluster is really all about. And before the panel session, I'd like to invite to the microphone our 001, the mind surgeon, and the co-founder of the global cluster, Dr. Michelle Buko, to speak with us before the panel session. Thank you.
Good morning. I greet all of you. We have in-house, out-house, or as you young people say, online and offline. My heart extends to all of my in-laws, 450 million of you. I love you. All of you. Something that a lot of people don't know about me, but I shared it with my professional son over here. I came to Nigeria by myself after watching FESTAC. FESTAC, many of you here were not born. FESTAC of 1977. And I was in college then. Believe it or not, I was a youth. I was at Clark College, which is now Clark Atlanta University, in my dorm. And one of the very important mind-changing classes had to do with Africa development. My first degree was in economics. I enjoyed it. One thing that we African Americans know is that although at one point we were slaves and we were chained to the back of houses, when they did inventories, they would list the number of slaves, the number of cows, the number of chickens. We were actually owned. But what could never happen was the ownership of our intellectual property. You have no idea the power of your mind. You have no idea of the power of your mind. Yes, we were enslaved for more than 300 years. And some of you, unfortunately, have made your own self slaves to some of your negative habits, your negative thoughts, your negative processing, as well as some of the negative things that you say about yourself. There are more Nigerians saying negative things about Nigeria than non-Nigerians. And you should ask yourself why. This is your father's and mother's land. Why are you so negative about yourself? This is a question. It pains me at times. I came here by myself. One of my very first jobs was working at the National Union of Tele-Employees, and it was a union located at 12 Bajaj Street in Surulere. My very first job as a labor/activist. I've always known the power of work. Some of you don't understand the word W-O-R-K. It applies to you. Think about it. This is one of the largest, most powerful African nations on the face of the earth. You were blessed from the start. Being a Nigerian is a blessing. It is not a curse. It is a blessing. You are the resource. You are the investment. You have to invest in your mind. I want you to think about what we're talking about, and then not just think about it like I'm talking to the host of the panelists. I'm telling him time, even if I was married to Elon Musk, do you know that I cannot buy back 5 minutes ago? Do you know that he can't buy back 5 minutes ago? We all get equal 24 hours a day. I told the host, I looked at the program, you're on for 25 minutes. Make it make sense. Because what we've been doing in Nigeria is more talking than actually doing. Stop pointing to our politicians. Our politicians are us. And our politicians are no different than us. They are human beings. I've been here, a part of this community, since 1981. Clap for me. Came in as a student, thinking I was going to go back. Before I knew it, I guess I was blessed. I was asked to marry. I am representing the Niger wives. There are more than 5,000 women from all over the world that are in this country, and I represent those Niger wives. I am happily married to you. I was with one of the senior ones the other day. She's 95 years old, standing, walking in her right mind. She's from Poland. She was married for 53 years. Clap for Auntie. Many of you also know Nike Ogulesi, a rough and tumble. Her mother was a famous Niger wife. She came to Nigeria by boat. Those were her mates. Do you know that some of us actually came by boat? They're still around. And they asked a question. I was with them 3 days ago. Why can't Nigerians see their own greatness? They're from Russia, Poland, Japan, Philippines, me, Turkey, name them. You have to go back, like the president, Dr. Botman has said, of the local clusters, reinvest, rethink, reinvent. You must do the work. He's telling me the truth about how we met in a building that my husband and I were leasing. He was there with a group of people that a lot of you guys call them area boys. He didn't seem that way to me. Yes, he was dusty. Yes, he needed to wear deodorant. Yes, they shouldn't have been in that building. Yes, they were considered squatters on my property. But I just looked on that as a part of my family. I was happy they were there. We had all kinds of brand new equipment coming into that building, the latest SAT, TOEFL books, because I was starting a school, first new generation, which by the way, clap for me, is now 21 years. As of April, all of you are invited to attend the celebration, which is going to happen in April. But what is my point? I need Nigerians to make Nigeria great again by believing in yourself. If you see other people coming here and they are now coming in droves, and because of this digital world we live in, they see it before you see it. I'm not going to be long. I've timed myself. I'm only going to give myself 5 minutes, but I'm going to make sure all of you have my e-copy of a book that I hope you use. The name of it is called Timeless. Timeless. Timeless solutions to your everyday situations. You can make the negative or you can make a positive choice. I wrote this book and I said 70 because in less than 12 months, I will be 70. So clap for me. I am a grandmother now of 5. You know, I've been married for more than 38 years or so. And guess what? When I do travel to the US and people are like, oh my God, you don't look your age. I said, because of my in-laws, all 400 million. What about that? We're going to introduce the power. And please make sure you take advantage of what this young man has created. I am the co-founder. I'm more like a consultant, like all elders are. We are your resources. Make sure those of you go home, hug your mother, your grandmother, your fathers, your uncles. We are proudly Niger. Are we not? Yeah. We can turn this whole situation around. Yeah. Nobody in this country has to go without food or water or shelter. The answer to this nation building is you, and you. That's the answer. Like we know, it starts with your mind. Are we a great people? Yes, we are. Can we become as strong as Canada, America, China, and Russia? Yes, we can. We have more resources. It is all in our brain, in our mind. Stay tuned to the mind surgery. I do invite other elders to come on to mentor to you. No, we may not know all the technology, but we do have the wisdom. Us baby boomers that have made it past 50, please, it starts today. Having said so, we're calling the pound now. Thank you very much.
Dr. Kai, can we have you, please? Unmute yourself and talk to us, Dr. Kai. Are you there?
I am here.
Okay, good. Dr. Kari is our patron of the Global Clusters, all the way from Florida, United States. A round of applause for him. He's I call him a baby boomer. Young at heart. He said he's ready to empower with us 1 billion African people with life skill training. The 2 life skill training I told you guys to take is costing Dr. Kari. That's 50 of them. And he's the one that facilitated all the books we're going to be giving for free. Round of applause for him, please. And he's the president of Global Pioneers, which the Global Cluster represents in Africa. A round of applause for him, please. So let's have Dr. Kari speak to us. He's our patron. Over to you, Dr. Kari.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, hello everybody, hello. Hello. It's very great to be here. Thank you, President Goodness. Thank you so much. I love your last name. And this is a great honor to be with you. I'm very excited that we're partnering together. Our mission statement is, if we come together and work together and share our resources, we can accomplish great things internationally. Just like you have great potential in your mind, your creation, your ideas, your learning, your children, your future, your building a better society every single day by our actions together. We have learned so many things these past decades, but one thing we have to learn is to work together. We are on the same planet. We are responsible for each other. Our job as educators, as parents, as teachers, as religious leaders, minister, pastor, reverends, imam, our job is to raise people up so that they can overcome challenges in life. Raise people up is our job as educators. And we do that through education. We do that from learning new skills. And global clusters, our organization, and your groups that you're part of, your community, we all have to come together and share resources. And we have many wonderful resources to offer you. Because if you are happy, we are happy. If you are successful, we are successful. If your family is successful and happy, there is no war. If we know how to study and learn, then we have many great companies and organizations and businesses and churches growing and growing and growing and growing. We live in a very challenging world where we have corrupt people, but it doesn't matter because those people will never make a better world. We have negative people in the world whose job it is to hold people down, to make people stupid, to cause poverty, to sell drugs, to sell people, trafficking, human rights violations, drug problems. We have these problems. But when you have life skills, nothing can stop you. When you have life skills, you can do anything in your imagination. When you have life skills, your family is happier, your stress is lower, your emotions are under control, you can study effectively, and you can build a great country, you can build a great business, you can make things better. Our life skills training is so important because they do not teach you skills in school. They do not teach you how to have a good marriage in school. They do not prepare you for life challenges, for stress, for trauma in school. They do not prepare you to raise children in school. They do not teach you how to be a great parent in school. Now, I've been a trainer for 47 years. I have been teaching in some of the best schools, and they do not teach you how to be a successful parent. This is called life skills, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what we now offer you, is life skill training. And we do all our training for free. Now, people say to me, why do you spend your time training people for free? Because life is very short. Life goes by very fast. Your children grow up and they get married and they move away. Life happens so fast. We have this moment together to make a better Nigeria, to make a better Africa. 10% of Africa lives in Nigeria. Did you know that 70% of your students cannot read? Did you know in the world, around the world, 70% of the children cannot read? Many of the teachers cannot read. So it is our job to bring you life skills. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to start giving you some free books that you can get immediately, starting with this first one called How to Make Good Decisions, How to Make Good Choices. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, now we're now teaching over 1 million teachers we've trained in the last 4 years to use this in the classroom. This is common sense. Do not murder. Don't do anything illegal. Honor and respect your parents. Take care of your body. This is a fantastic book, and it's free online right now. And I just put in the chat room the website, but anybody can get this book right now for free in English, Spanish, French, Chinese, many languages. This is a common sense survival book. It's a survival guide. It's a youth leadership book. It will help young people to make good decisions. Did you know in the United States, 70% of the crimes are committed by teenagers, 12 years old to 19 years old. Most of your crime in Nigeria is committed by teenagers. That is a vulnerable age. 12 to 19 is a vulnerable age. That is an age when we make the most mistakes. Alcohol, hurting people, we make stupid mistakes as teenagers. This book, we're now teaching, approved by the Ministry of Education in Nigeria, approved by Pakistan schools, approved in Ghana, approved in Sierra Leone by the government. This is a very simple book, and you can start reading this book at 7 years old. Don't tell harmful lies. Be honest. Don't tell harmful lies. It's a very important principle to be honest. That's a very good survival, youth leadership, character building quality. Because we want our children to make good decisions, to not hurt each other, to not take drugs. We want our children to be honest. We want our children to be good people. And this book now is going in thousands and thousands of schools. And I offer this book to you for free as an ebook right now. It's so easy to send this book to yourself as a, thank you. This is so easy to send it to yourself as a free ebook. The website is goodchoicesebook.org. I put it in the chat room. Now, we've done 1,500 webinars since 2021, 1,500 webinars on life skills to over 150,000 leaders, teachers, parents, chiefs, queens, all over Africa. And I'm offering you, for any of your groups, free webinars on life skills. How to study more effectively, conflict resolution, emotions, how to think logically, so many important subjects, communication, marriage. It's so important to have a happy, successful family. So important. In the United States, 50% divorce rate. That means every year, 2 million divorces in the United States. Every year. People don't know how to be married successfully in the United States. They don't know. It's called training. It's called life skill training. How to marry the right person. How to be ethical and honest. How to grow your marriage. How do you do it? Marriage is let me say this again. The family is the first government. It should be strong. It should be together. It should be happy. The family is the first government. If we can't have a successful family, we cannot have a government. So this is all part of our life skill training, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing to you wonderful tools and knowledge to make your life successful. Like a beautiful painting, like a great garden with tomatoes and lettuce and great vegetables. You build your life based on knowledge and skill. If you cannot fix a car, you need training. If you cannot fix your negative emotions, it's called life skill training. If we're not teaching very well in our schools, it's called life skill training. This is missing from our education system around the world. In every country I've been to, Brazil, Hong Kong, I've been all over the world. Life skill training is so important to prepare our children for the world, to prepare our children to have a successful life, to know how to have a good company, to know how to overcome challenges and stress in the mind, to know how to deal with difficult people. Right now, around the world, 70% of the world lives in poverty. 70% of the world lives in poverty. And 70% of the world cannot read. It's the same thing. Cannot learn, have no value, cannot work, does not have skill. So this is a free ebook, and we also have many other free books, videos, and materials that can be shipped to you in your schools, in your groups. It's a very exciting time right now where we can make great improvements in Nigeria and around Africa. So we need good leadership. We need strong-minded, good leaders. That's what we're doing on training. Because you as a leader can help 100,000 people. You as a leader can improve education. You as a leader can lower violence. We're doing this all In Colombia, we lowered violence by 75% in 3 years. You can make great changes when you have knowledge and skill. Okay, so thank you very, very much, President, and thank you to Global Clusters. Thank you for all of you for allowing me to speak to you today. I want you to have a successful, happy life. I want you to reach your goals, to have a successful family and marriage, to help your children grow up and have a good life. I want you to have a prosperous company, a great church with many, many members. I want you to be successful. And this is why we're working together. Your life is important. Your happiness is important. You have great potential. You have great power. You have great creativity. You have an incredible mind that can make great things happen in your life. Thank you so much, and it's a great honor to be able to speak to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kari. That is a wonderful one. A round of applause for him, please. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. And we want every baby boomer, like Dr. Michelle said earlier, and you have heard him said, to join this movement. What these baby boomers are doing, standing by the young ones, you understand, is the way forward. And we all need to be a nation builder. So without wasting of your time, we want to call on the panelists, and I will be handing over to the moderator to call all of the panelists to come out so that we can now dive into the discussion, you understand, of this nation building, the role of digital space in nation building. Thank you. A round of applause for him. I'll have the honor to call on Comrade Basharu. A round of applause for him.
Thank you so much, Global President. Please, let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Dr. Kari. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here this morning. I know we could have been anywhere else, but I think it's a blessing to all of us that we are all here. And I'm very convinced that our time here is very well spent. Dr. Kari said a lot of fantastic things, but a few takeaways from me. For example, he said the life skills that are so essential, they are missing from the school, the conventional school education. He spoke about poverty, and he also spoke about the fact that the best of organizations, and companies and groups are those that are involved in building people. And that's really what it should be about. Once more, please, can we give him a round of applause? We are not clapping in this house this morning. Thank you, Dr. Kari. So quickly, we'll just dive into the panel of discussion, and I'll be moderating. As the global president said, my name is Bolaji Israel, and forget all the other niceties, and I'll be moderating this session this morning. Because if we want to start doing the introduction and the titles, there are so many of them, but my friends call me Basham. So sometimes when you hear Basham, or you hear Comrade Bolaji, it's still the same personality. Put your hands together for yourself. This house, we shouldn't be stingy with claps this morning. As one of our clusterians would always say, the clap is what? Is the fuel that helps us to keep going. So please, don't deny us of the fuel this morning. So today, we'll be talking about digital literacy. And we've all been following what the Global Clusters is doing. And we are all very conversant with the story of the SparkHubs this morning. Quickly, let me begin to invite here to my right some of our panelists. I believe that they are here with us already. And we're not going to take so much time this morning, so we're going to keep it business, as Dr. Michelle Uko said earlier. So the first person I'll be inviting to join us here this morning He's a distinguished educationist. He's an IT specialist. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's the CEO of First Necessity International Limited. I'm not going to be taking so much time. Please, if your hands are not too busy, let's do them together for Mr. Adeli Ayodeji. We have him. Please, we have Mr. Adeli join us here. Far right here. Please, as I call them, please, let's encourage our panelists this morning. It's not easy to be here. And quickly, I move on to the next person I'd like us to invite here. He's a barrister, a lawyer. He's also an entrepreneur. He's a real estate investor. He's been around. He's very well versed when it comes to entrepreneurship. And he's also a development advocate. Please put your hands together for Barrister Peter Adobame. We have Barrister Peter Adobame in the house. Let's encourage him to join us. Here. The next person I've been inviting is also a lawyer. He's the head of IT, so another tech guru joining us here, who currently works at the Olisa Agbakoba legal chambers, very respected, eminent chambers there. His name is Mr. Ahmed Abdulmomole Oluwatosin. We have him. I can see that he's coming from Kogi State. Are you just coming from Kogi this morning? We are from Kogi State, please. He's an individual of Kogi State. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed Oluwatosin. The next and the last person I'll be calling for now is a pharmacist of repute. She's the CEO and the founder of Spring Care Pharmacy, a certified mindset expert, counselor, educator, pharmaceutical advocate, trainer, and distinguished public speaker. Please let's put our hands together for pharmacist take your seat here. This morning, we don't have a lot of time. Now that I have okay. So please let's put our hands together for Mr. Emmanuel Adetutu, who is represented by Mr. Peter Adobame. Are you in late? Okay, so I won't be putting you on the spot. So we'll dive straight into it this morning. But I think the seminal question that should be on our mind this morning is that the digital media, or let me say the digital literacy. So is it just a skill, or would you consider it the most transformative blessing of the digital age? So I want that to also be at the back of our mind, even as we get into it, because it's not just to talk, we must address the core issue within the time that we have, so that we all live here much and better informed than we came. So I'll start with Madam. No. Thank you. This is testimony. Today I'll join the time, so let's not start. So, Mr. Ilori, we're going to start with you. You are an IT expert. So very good. You don't want me to put you on this one. It's okay. So we just break the ice with you. We've been talking a lot of this digital literacy, social media, and all of that. Just explain briefly to the house. Just talk to us about digital literacy. What really is digital literacy? What is the link with social media? Just create that context so that we break the ice and we make it very clear to people. I hope I'm very clear.
Good. I want to start with this clear analogy of human existence and creation, and I'll be pitching my tent for the Christian folks. The Bible said that God created man. So that means there was body, there was the head, there was a leg, there was an intestine, everything was there. Something was missing. That was breath. He said, until God gave a breath to man, man became a being. All right? The lives were lived before digital inclination or digital exposure came was a wonderful life. But the missing gap was the digital innovation, invention to make our life more effective and productive. Unfortunately, billions of us are not seeing that, and therefore we are operating in retrospect. Rather than move forward, rather than become very effective, rather than be more productive, we are just stagnated. So I want to synchronize the digital knowledge, invention, its existence to that of hair that we all need to have now. Nobody on this planet should have a phone without a data on. Because the volume of information that are being transmitted on a daily basis per seconds are in trillions that you need to continue to arm yourself with to live effectively in this challenging time. So, as an educationist, I want to be practical. I started this 2015, and it was very deliberate. I own a school, I operate a school. And I said, okay, we are going digital. And everybody said, Mr. Lee, you are crazy. I said, don't worry, it's very simple. The most challenging thing is electricity. So I'm bringing in electricity here. And I went on solar. As I've already mentioned, I'm sure a lot of people cannot even speak the word solar. I'll talk about the word solar. But as at 2015, I made that boldly, I took that gently, stopped panels, got this, got that, and there was light first. Because all of these are premised on something. If you don't have that thing, there's no way you can fly. I spoke about data the first time. Now I'm linking it to something, an infrastructure that is also missing. That if you don't have, you go nowhere. There was light. I realized that every child never wants to go home again because number one, there's what? Light. And that propelled all the infrastructure we had to now put together. Assemblage of systems, and that began to challenge all the teachers and the resource people were bringing on board, and we began to move. By the time COVID came, people were scrambling. I did not, I cannot. The infrastructure, everything was already there. So what I'm just trying to say is that we need to see that future as our today now and do something about it. That's why I want to synchronize the digital innovation, creation, its application to the hair we need to breathe in now for a better lifestyle.
Thank you very much, Chris. A round of applause for him. I know he's with you. Yes, you are next. Now, and you see our panel here is quite complete. We have an educationist there, a tech guru there, a pharmacist, and a representative of a legal barrister here. So we have a very balanced house. So I'll move on to the tech man there. As of 2023-24, we understand that about 66% of the world, that's about 5.3 billion, are already online, okay, according to the stat that I see. So can we begin to say that digital literacy has, it has become the basic literacy? You get my question? Because now you have over 66% of the world already online, getting to do things. Do we now begin to think along the line of digital literacy being basic literacy?
All right, thank you. I'll say hello to everyone here. Thank you, Victor. So, let me first of all take us back to when, before COVID, when the digital space is still barely unknown to everyone. And I know we hear a lot of stories, we hear a lot of, we see a lot of online information about people, we see youths that commit suicide. And there are a lot of stories about suicide, this, suicide, that, depression. And during COVID, a lot of things changed because people who are inside, they need to need to know what is going on. Aside the fact that there is a crisis in the community, people also need to, know what is going on and how to come out of it. And that is when we see a lot of people online. They begin browsing and to count it, we see hit makers. And these hit makers change the game, whereby we see lesser depression, we see lesser news about society. So now, coming back to your question, that can we now see this today digital literacy as we see that, okay, social media is becoming the new digital literacy? Yes, the new norm. We can say yes to that, and while we say yes to that, we also need to dip into it and see how this has changed everything and how it has affected most things as well. Now, for my point, I want to talk about something. So I will make the point out of my speech called I will say that social media is a double-edged sword. So I would say the social media is a double-edged sword in the sense that it's as good as it is, it also has some bad side. And the question is, are we using it the right way? So I know many people are now saying how to use the social media, and it's going viral, and people are learning, people are seeing how to use it, how to make money from it. And as we make money from it, we also need to focus on the fact that through this social media, through these platforms, there are things that are not working properly, things that need to be focused. Like we need to address it. So it's unfortunate that we don't have more youths in this building right now. People that use the social media, people that use the platforms, because we say that the things is changing, the world is changing digitally, and in fact, AI, artificial intelligence, is taking over. But now, are we plugging into this space the right way? So that is the question. Then, to say it, we need to address so many things on how to use the platform. Even though we understand that this is taking over, this digital space, this world social media is the next market without infrastructure. But we need to still know how to walk into it and how to navigate through it properly.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A lot of us are always, let's encourage our panelists. I'm sure that we listen very carefully to him. He said the social media has become a double-edged sword. So it's a function of what you do with it. It has the capacity for the good and evil. So I move on quickly to the pharmacist here, and the only madam at the top, or at the middle. Okay, so you are wearing two caps here. You are a youth pastor, I understand. You are a youth advocate, and you are also a practicing pharmacist. So my question will be double for you. So if you look at social media, generally, and digital literacy, and how social media is enhancing the digital literacy. So I want you to comment on first, pharmacy as a profession. So how is that expanding the frontiers pharmaceutical practice. So are we thinking of having licensed pharmacists online very soon? Because I know some of these professions are quite strict. So what are the new things we should be thinking? Because we have very many, we said we don't have young people. We do. I don't think there is any ancient of days here. So we are all young here. Even if we are advanced in age, we are young at heart. So it's a young audience. I want to assume. I want to believe. So and so whatever we are talking about, we are looking at the future. It's aspirational. So how is social media, vis-a-vis digital literacy, how is it changing the practice of pharmacy for you? And then how is it helping you in managing?
Thank you. It's a good afternoon to the audience, to everyone. It's actually a privilege to be here, right? To your question, I was going to say that I think in the profile, it's actually a positive values educator and advocate, right? So I was hoping that we would talk in that line, not as per pharmacy, but to also show how fantastic digital literacy is. It means there is nowhere, no sphere of life, that digital literacy is not important, that it has not penetrated and will still penetrate. Your previous question was something about whether digital literacy could basic literacy. Sincerely, it's becoming that, because you find out that in the next few years, anyone that is actually not digitally literate, right, would almost be left behind. Whether it's a farmer, even the farmer that is in the village, because what will digital literacy and of course social media do? Visibility to whatever you're doing. So back to pharmacy. It's been used in so many ways to have access to clients, right? So you have people who could chat me on WhatsApp. That's part of digital literacy, right? Being able to know that I can chat my pharmacist on WhatsApp to say, madam, can I, this is this. Even to medical doctor, we have telemedicines, right? You can consult with a doctor without getting into the hospital at all. You can get your medications, prescription done, filled, sent to you all via social media. It can be delivered to you, again, through logistics, right? E-logistics, e-commerce, all of these things are powered by digital literacy, social media, and I think what we need to do more is just like our presenter, I think Mr. Ifeanyi said earlier, the access is getting more, but being able to apply it. So in pharmacy space, right, and health care space really, it's finding a whole lot of use. And even as a pharmacist, you could ask me for a medication now. What would I do in the past? I'll be looking for all the books, right? So we have our medical books. So if you don't have it, you can say, oh, I think I'll get back to you 3 days time. But now if you're telling me the drug I have not heard about before, right this minute, I will tell you everything about it. I can tell you about drug interaction. I can tell you about why the drug you use is doing this to you. And I've not handled the drug before. Thanks to digital literacy, being able to have information here. Thank you. And then as for youth, I would say that it is a fantastic tool if used right. I've had youth, because I work with youth, you have youth who developed skills, soft skills through digital training. They didn't have money to go and pay somebody. And all they needed to do was just to find a YouTube channel. Some will tell me, ma, this dress I'm wearing, I did it by myself. I watched how to cut, how to make this, you understand, online. So academics, people have solved their mathematical problems going to, so digital literacy is actually the way to go.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please ask something. Thank you very much for the great insight so far. So, a lot has been said about digital literacy and social media. I know you're representing a lawyer, so I'm trying to see where the cast is, since you're an economist, so I know where to come for you. So, but let's talk about the challenges of digital literacy. Let's look at it from the Nigerian perspective, and then
we provide? What are the issues that you see in digital literacy?
Good afternoon, everyone. So well done to the panelists who have spoken, and thank you to the organizers for this privilege. First, I know we've been talking about digital literacy, and nobody actually wrote it down for us. We've just been using that word, digital literacy. What does it really mean? So, digital literacy is just simply the ability of someone, anyone, to be able to effectively use technology to communicate. That's digital literacy. So whether you are looking at students in the laboratory using tools like economic software, or whether you are looking at for oil and gas industry, for an example, because I also work in the oil and gas industry, whether you are looking at those who are doing QA/QC, to monitor the information from the oil rig, or whether you are looking at even farmers now, that are able to actually, plan their product and put information out there with the use of technology. That is what we mean by digital literacy. So, since I'm also representing the warehouse, I'll just put in some things there that in Nigeria, for an example, we have the Cybercrime Act, which was enacted in 2015, and it was later updated in 2024, and I think it was signed into law around maybe February 24, 2024, and it tells you what you can and what you cannot do, in terms of using all these tools online. So in as much as, because I'm an economist as well, I believe that there's no 100% model. So when we are saying there's no 100% model, it means that there's nothing that is 100% perfect. So if something has an advantage somewhere, it will have a disadvantage. So all we do is just to make sure that at least you leverage on the advantages, and then you try to, to curb, those things that you call disadvantages. And that is the why we have to give kudos to the organizers of this program, and then the SparkHubs, because it's a platform, that re-engineers the mind of people, on how to actually use these digital skills to better life. So yes, there are disadvantages because, in as much as people are learning good things, through exposure because of these digital tools. But you also have, because now we have division of culture. So you see people doing things that probably 20 or 30 years ordinarily they will not do, but because technology is bringing it to them, it's in their faces now, so they are doing those things. So that's why also, we have to also embrace and support this kind of platform that will actually, take away some of the disadvantages of this technology.
Thank you very much. Please pass on the microphone to Ahmed. Before we take our final lap in one minute each, Ahmed is very young and he looks very youthful. He's also a tech expert and he works in a law firm. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Let's look at the legal aspect a little bit. And just let's draw the line, social media and digital literacy. As we speak, research is very clear that over 70% of Nigerian youths are on TikTok and YouTube. So from a legal and tech point of view, you having that balance, that vintage position to assess, what are the landmines? What are the danger points? What are the red flags? What are the issues that we need to be looking at from the legal point of view? With youth playing in this space, and many of them, for the lack of a better word, we need to be very careful. So what are the sharp bends that should be carefully navigated?
Right, thank you. So, first, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just an IT system administrator. So, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to answer you in a technical way, with picking points from what he has mentioned. So, we need to. So when we talk about the digital space, digital literacy, and the social media as a whole, so we need to understand that the social media environment is very wide. It's very broad, and information goes in billions, and data goes in and out. Then, in legal aspects, all this data, if not controlled, we use most of this data to free access, which it's supposed to have been, in a way, be beneficial to our growth and development as a country. So, now I will take, for instance, to clarify what I just said now. So, this is an information that, so let me say Tesla, the owner of Tesla, Elon Musk. So, they are, due to, I don't know if Nigerians are not looking into that aspect, but there are people like that have been plugging into our information, our data, and they are taking it freely without anybody regulating it. So, you can regulate free, yes. So, this poses a lot of issue to us as a country. And if we, the digital space is open, and if not regulated, it can also affect the way the youth sees the country. Because now, I will take for instance, the, let me say, government or governance, they need to be open-minded to using the digital space to educate, to govern its people. And if we see that the government are not doing the right thing, which some I would say authoritarianism. Some governments, they tend to use, they tend to shut down digital space just because the youth, probe their actions, which is not right. So everybody should have rights, everybody should have access to the digital space, the social media space, and the youth need to know what to do with it. Most youths, they just, you see a lot of people online, they don't even know what to do. They just want to make money. They just want to make money. There are a lot of things. Like she said, the conventional way, the educational system has changed a lot. You can see a lot of people, they don't even go to the university, they don't go for a diploma. They just handle content online, and they grab a certificate, diploma certificate, and start working, earning in dollars. So there are a lot of things to this digital space that we need to plug into.
All right, thank you very much.
Address
the truth is there are lots of issues. I have 20-30 more questions on my mind. But time, against time, so you see I'm just trying to roll them. But there are some very critical issues that you must also be very clear about as you step out. I want to keep this open as I give 30 seconds to all of you to just speak and just close us out. I want us to talk around the issues of deepfake, piracy, plagiarism. These are issues that have been happening. Young people just get online, dump all things there, and you don't know, you post your note, and you think it's gone, and 20, 30 years after, you are screaming, and then these things are coming after you, and a lot of people are very unaware of the danger. So these are some of the specifics I had in mind when I was asking about landmines, some serious issues, because these things are coming up. And as you rightly said, there's the good part to look at, and this other dangerous area too. So I wanted us to have in our house, this audience will have a very balanced perspective, so that leaving this place we are very clear with what we need to do and what we need to be very careful with. But because of time, we'll be closing out. So just 30 seconds, close out per person, quick, in no particular order. So
Yes, thank you. So that is why, and maybe you should also speak to the future of digital literacy and social media. So going forward, what are we looking at? Yes. So that is why regulation is really a thing to look into. We need to regulate, we need to control how we use the social media space. It is really important. It's not about just dumping things on the social media, dumping things on the internet. All of these things needs to be regulated. Their policy needs to take place.
The youth are hungry. Sorry to cut you short. They are protesting that don't restrict us. Oh, see my bomb. All of those things that you see. And then if government comes in to control, they say this government is a narcissist. So we need to balance this issue. There should be control. And youth don't want to be controlled. And yet you can't leave things to chance.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you understand my concern.
Of course. I will let Mr. Idori.
But that's no problem.
All right, just a very simple and quick one. I think the alternative is actually SparkHubs. Can we just clap for that happen? Yeah. To correct all of the deficits, the whatever you want to sum in your mind. Because immediately I was introduced to that hub, that platform, I went home and I did my search and research very well. I was extremely impressed because it answered a lot of fears our parents had when we started interacting with that box called desktop then. Sincerely, it's a balanced hub. There's an educational side to it, there's a creative side to it, there's an economical side to it, which makes that ownership, more real and genuine to solving our local problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if there's anything we as parents or as young people we should take away here from is to go out there and say, please, this is from Facebook and come to SparkHubs. This is from WhatsApp and come here because it is culturally built and culturally driven. And I can speak to the fact that the data that will be there, they will be used maximally for growth and development of our country. Because this is our home, this is our thing. So all I can say is that the answer to some of the questions you have in your mind is we lashing onto this. If we get there, then there will be new developments. Do you understand? Yeah. Then we cannot come back and say, we tried this and this is this and that. The truth of the matter, the real answer to some of those questions is for Nigerians to pick this up. This is our own, it is our culture, it's for us, it's designed and it's robust to answer all pieces of questions and diverse intentions. So let's come on to it, let's grow it with our data, let's make it more useful and productive for our people, and then the future is just there. I don't have the English to even qualify.
The pharmacist. Final 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. I might talk about the landmines and how good StartUp is, but I would want to share this with us. Sometimes in 2020, I told a young man, I called him and I said, I'm concerned about Nigeria, but I know that Nigeria will be good. Nigeria is great and will be great. He said, and it can happen again. I said, it can happen. There will be a revolution. It is the revolution of knowledge. Yes. I said, and that's why I'm excited about what is happening, right? I said, where we are, just like Dr. Carey said, because of how we think, how we've been taught to think, the things we have seen, that until we see through what they're showing us to what is possible, which can happen here, and it will be by knowledge. That kind of knowledge, how many people will die, have access to directly. Digital literacy, a hub like StartUp, expose it to young people. I'm going to definitely do that because by then you have people who know what should be and how Nigeria can come out of its present state. So I believe in Nigeria, and I believe that revolution of knowledge through a hub like this is the way to do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And finally, from you.
There is a general saying that goes that if the purpose of the book is not known, so the key thing there is that yes, we have all these digital tools, You understand? So if a child is having a digital tool, what is that child supposed to do with the phone? And all the various platforms that we are having, YouTube, TikTok, and many others that we don't have time to mention, what are they used for? So in order for us to benefit from all these platforms, is this SparkHub thing. And I believe that if we all can key into it, it's going to be beneficial to us, and it's also going to be beneficial for the nation.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for our panelists this morning. We've done great justice to the topic, and I believe that we've learned a lot from their wealth of knowledge this morning. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Mr. A.R.E. Thank you so much for coming. The man from Kogi, he said he's not a lawyer, but he's a great advocate as well. He's shared a lot of insight. Madam said she's a pastor, positive mindset advocate, positive value advocate. But you also came through the pharmacist and you also came out, and as you rightly said, this knowledge, they are quite applicable across all of the field. And thank you so much. Barrister Peter is not here, but you've done very well, Mr. Emmanuel. Please finally a round of applause for our panelists here. Thank you so much, our audience, as they take their leave now. I think you take good care. Yes. Yes. Please. The Global President, Dr. Michelle, come and join us.
One minute, no. This is 1 minute. Is coming.
Capture all of us. I'm sure.
Form an act. That's the spirit. The more the better. Next time. SparkHubs. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, coming in.
All right. Do we have what to have our book review? Cluster A.R.E. Victor Inamdi. Cluster A.R.E. Victor Inamdi. Dr. Daniel Deji Ayodele, are you online? Let's have Cluster A.R.E. Victor Inamdi here. Kindly unmute yourself. Kindly unmute yourself, Cluster Victor Inamdi. Yes, we can see you. Unmute yourself. We are going into your book review. This man here is one of us. He's streaming live from the United States, Texas, United States of America. He is a retired military warrant officer, and he has written the book, Service and Sacrifice. Can I have some copy of the book? Please help me get it from the people there. I need some few copies of this book we are reviewing today. The book, Service and Sacrifice, is part of our package for the advanced digital literacy that will be distributed free to 1 billion people. This is one of the products of the community. In less than 2 years, we're able to inspire a clusterian, a retired military officer, to write a book. So this community, this was vetted out of the global clusters, just to let you know. And this man, one day we were just talking, he's the 001 main cluster of the global clusters.
And we were talking, and I said, this is your 35 years experience. You need to put it together now. And he said, Ambassador, I don't know how to do it. I said, I know. That is why we are here. Then I said, I assigned a cluster of people that are good writers to say, interview him and let us come up with this book. And guess what? While we were writing this book, the current chief of army staff was not appointed then. And by the time we were publishing it, he was already appointed. And when we launched 16 days ago, and we'll be doing this book review everywhere. And he actually sent a representative to the launch. If you check 16 days ago, you will see that the representative of the Chief of Army Staff of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was at the launch at LCCR. So, he's advising all the way from Texas, United States, to be telling us about this book, what inspired you, what will people learn from this book, and you will know the reason why we want to give it to everyone that has scaled through all the process of the basics of the digital literacy, from how to become digital entrepreneur, to creative thinking for success, to reviewing a book that will give for free, to 2 life skill training from Dr. Kari, then they will now be advanced to the advanced digital literacy, and this book is one of the books. So let's have you, Pastor Victor Inamdi, speak to us. What inspired you, Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, my global president.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you for the encomiums and thank you for the opportunity of speaking to the world once again. I'm really short of words. This book was found out of, as I would say, that it's a child of necessity. There's, I understood that there's been a gap, between comments, people sharing what they passed through in life while in active service. And the reason is not far-fetched. The reason is that it costs a lot to produce a book of this nature, and coupled with the fact that Nigerians do not like to read. We hate reading. And so a lot of people, the little stipend they are given on retirement, do not want to invest in that kind of venture unless you want to go on a humanitarian wild goose chase. And none of them want to do that. What is in their mind is how to get accommodation, how to take care of their children, and how to live a better life after retirement. Having said that, when I met Ambassador, he kind of, there was a spirit that was in me that he ignited. And he told me, I will help the world to hear a story. It's not that I don't know what to do, but the fact is that a lot of things that I've just mentioned now actually kind of play as impediments. A lot of people, a lot of military men who don't want to share their story. People are so skeptical about everything. Now, this book tells the story of a young man from a very humble background, whose parents do not want to hear anything about service. Because of the experience of the Civil War, they don't want to hear anything about military. And a lot of you out there do not know anything about the military as well. A lot of you there, you have a wrong concept about the military. Some of you believe that military men are smokers, are drunkards, are corrupt, humanizers, and what have you. And the book is a kind of an insight into the life of a young man which is a part of service and sacrifice. Who joined the military at the time nobody wants to. That was the time of a military regime. And he got inspired by a young military governor called Colonel Omar Dangawa. Dangawa, the governor, the then governor of military administrator of Kaduna State. And he also inspired him, and eventually, after much persuasion by his kinsmen, the father was able to give his blessing. And the journey was very rough. But then, because he's been sharpened by integrity from childhood, he refused to be compromised. I believe that most of you, if I tell you to write something about the police, or the soldiers, or whatever you have there, all you conclude as they are all the same. I want to tell you here emphatically that we are not the same. And I have written my own story about what I saw, what I passed through, and every name that is mentioned in this book, some are living, some are dead. You can interview any of them, you can reach out to any of them. These are facts and figures. Though some certain things cannot be said because of national security, but the things that need to be said have been said. And the man that is at the helm of affairs in the Nigerian military today happens to be my battle buddy. I was his chief security officer while we are fighting Boko Haram in Maiduguri. We passed the jungle together, we done the desert together. I never knew that God will, his infinite mercy, raise him to the standard where he is today. And so when I was writing this book, I really told him, I'm going to say the word, what both of us passed through. He couldn't say a word. Because he knows who I am, I'm stubborn. You know I'm stubborn, he cannot stop me. Though I need to keep some certain things secretive because of his nature. But the fact is that there are some certain things I cannot hide. There are some certain anomalies that need to be amended that I cannot hide. And so I have to bring those things to limelight. Eventually, when I was asked whether the panel I was talking about is the present chief of army staff, and I told the printer, yes. He said, no. We gotta hold this and we'll add something at the opening paragraph so that people know that the panel we're talking about, the jungle man, the desert warrior we're talking about, he is the one President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed as our chief of army staff. I want to emphatically tell you one thing here. I am ready to still take a bullet for that man. I am ready. I can take a bullet for him till tomorrow. I have taken a bullet for him severally. I have picked him when he fell in battle, and I'm ready to do it ever and again and again and again. Why do I say this? General Shaibu is a man of the people. He is a soldier's soldier. He made sure our women were safe. He made sure our women were evacuated from the front line to Maiduguri before Boko Haram swooped on our barracks. He made sure that our equipment were serviceable. He made sure that every soldier that falls in battle is taken home and buried. I don't know what to say than to advise somebody to go through the book, take your time, don't get distracted, go through the book chapter by chapter, pre-life, in service, and post-life. And one thing again I want to talk to here are the parents, our parents. I remember when I was begging my dad to let me go. Because in our lineage, my forefathers have taken oath not to take bribe. So my dad did not tell me. He started to hide it from me, but he wanted me not to get mixed up in the bribe and whatever happens to take place. And he didn't want to tell me why. He said, he only told me you're my first son. You can't go. And my mother was at a point begging me to change my mind. And I told her, I said, you have 10 children, right? She said, yes. I said, I'm number one. You can sacrifice one and make use of the rest. My mother didn't forgive me until when I got married. She was angry with that statement. She said they called her a barren woman for 3 years until I came. And when I came, I opened the road and she had 5 boys, 5 girls. And for that, I shouldn't tell her to abandon me and carry the rest. That was what she told my wife. She didn't tell me, she told my wife. I said, on this your wedding night, I'm going to forgive your husband, but he hurt me deeply. And my wife told me, I knelt down and I apologized to her. Why am I saying this? Today, you heard what the co-founder of this organization said, Dr. Mitchell. She's a woman that have greatly inspired me. You know, when she's in a country that has it all, but yet she decided to move to a third world country and saw opportunities many of us have not seen. I left on moral grounds. I left because I believe I matched a lot of tools and my life is not safe. And that was why I left. You all know what soldiers are going through. In the north, I'm not safe. In the southeast, I'm not safe. So I got to leave. But if there's opportunities, we have opportunities. It's all about the mindset. What do you have here? So let's forget about this issue of paycheck and listen to our kids. What is the passion they have? What is it that when you hear about their child has performed this, you become happy within you? A lot of youth today are into Yahoo because of the way we glorify wealth. You read my book, you know that I have applied Okada to survive. I was wearing uniform, but after the uniform, I do Okada to survive because I don't want to mix up. I graduated from Okada to having a taxi. I use that taxi, I drop passengers, I enter university to get education. These are sacrifice. These are things that no man will tell you to do. But you got to do it. But today everybody wants to make money. It's all about money, 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 and we worship them. We throw red carpet for them without asking them questions, pertinent questions. And the youth are copying. And so when you hear about all of them going into cultism and going into all kinds of things, you wonder why. You wonder why you run to the uniform man and say, hey, I have some money and some people are pursuing you. Instead of saving you, the uniform man will be the one that will lead you to your death. This is because a society detests what they have. It is what we have in society will recruit you to the army, navy, air force, police, and what have you. This corruption did not start today. It was because of the maltreatment. My parents were going the hand of policemen that made me to join the military. And my dad was a human rights activist and a teacher. And I told him, I said, I want to do my own at my own level and let me move to another level. And today I am still doing that in my own little way, even though the Lord did not allow me to do what I intended to do before, which is using brute force. Because the military will tie your hands. You have 2 laws. You have civil law, you have military laws. But my own was that if I meet you and you are corrupt, you're a policeman, you are corrupt, that was my intention then. I would beat the hell out of you. That was my intention. But it didn't work that way. The military changed my psyche to a peacekeeper, a moderator, a disaster manager, and what have you. So I want you to listen to your kids and open a kind of open heart and listen to what they have to say and guide them to the right path. And for the youth, I know it's very tough. Like when you go to my area today, you don't want to join the military anymore. And The reason is not far-fetched, because of the separatist movement that is there, and sometimes they hear the story that they are not being taken care of. I want to tell you one thing clear. I pray that one day our president will have the political will to say the end to this nonsense going on in Nigeria. If he says it today, I mean it today, Shabu will end this nonsense in 6 months. Take my statement to the bank. This is a man who has fought terrorism, and they want to kill him because of the way he fought terrorism. For him to be in charge of the army today, and things are still happening, I don't think that power has been to him in full 100%. I know what I'm talking about, and I know I'm on national TV. If the government says today, Chaibu, I want this thing to stop, and give him timeline, open the gate for him, he will do it. But a lot of time, the politicians say one thing in the open and do another one in the dark. That has been our problem, and that has been holding us down. I pray that time will come, the day will come, where all of us know that violence does no one any good. If we allow it to germinate, it will consume all of us. But we continue to pray for our country, we will not give up. Whatever that is holding the leaders down from doing the needful, only God knows what it is. Whatever it is behind the scene, God will expose those things one day. And I know that one day they will wake up from sleep and say enough is enough, so that the Nigerians and everybody that is coming our country to invest will have peace of mind. So I want to encourage the youth to join the military or through their own quarter and make the change. You cannot make change from outside unless you are inside. I have done my best. I put down my story for you to hear, listen, and learn. I want to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you and every one of you out there who is contributing to shaping humanity and training the world. May God bless you all.
Wow, amazing. A round of applause for him, please. A round of applause for him. That is Cluster Victor Inambi, the 001 main cluster of the global clusters and the author of Service and Sacrifice. This book is going for 4,000 naira if you want a copy, or you can donate to it. So you can have the usher to share. They have it at the front desk, and you can have the usher to just let people see it. Thank you very much. I don't know if the global dynamic is there. There's another book by one of our great clusterians too. As we're talking, I see the grand entrance of the 001 A.R.E. project of the global cluster in the person of Dr. Shema Kele. We will be giving 5 minutes to just charge us on the latest of the A.R.E. shortly. But before him, I want to call on Dr. Cypran Owankwo. His book will equally be one of the books we'll be sharing freely. Is Art of Harmony. Is the 002 Genuine Love Revolution of the global clusters. Every Wednesday, this man will always come online and educate you about love, PCC, tell you the place of love in nation building, and he has put together a book, just like our patron said, that they don't teach you how to manage your love life in the school. You understand? So we have President Sakwa Nwako all the way from Enugu will be talking to us for the next 5 minutes. It's a book review. We have launched the book. It's equally a product of the global clusters because it's equally a foundation member. These are members when we started, when we have not even gotten the app, they've been members. So, and these are the products that will add to the advantage that literacy. Art of Harmony. In 5 minutes, we want to review the book. Over to you, President Sakra.
Thank you very much, the global president. Please, because of want of time, I wouldn't want to call everyone that I know here. It's a great day to be part of this launching. Yes, it's a great day to be part of this launching. As a matter of fact, global clusters and SparkHubs development of everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I can be heard.
Yes, very clear. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, that's great. Okay, this book, Hearts in Harmony, is a product of the global clusters. They have been the OOT, the New Love Revolution, having discussions about relationships every Wednesday, 5 p.m. I gain insights into what people are going through. There are some of the programs where we allow people to ask questions. Aside from that, I'm also a relationship coach. I've attended to several people and I'm still attending to. So I came across one of the issues that we face, which is issue of balance. You know, because why many good relationships fail? Not because there's no love, it's because life becomes heavy for them. You know, work pressure, financial stress, family expectations, social media comparison, personal ambitions, all of them, they are different hearts. But when they are not in harmony, that relationship is being laid down, and that brings about failure at the end of it. This book is not just about love, it's about balance, it's about structure, it's about building a relationship that survives real life. You know, many people know how to fall in love, but very few people know how to stay in love while building their careers, keeping their dreams, raising children, managing finances, and dealing with pressure. That is where the progress begins. And in Hearts in Harmony, I explain everything and I break it down in simple English. One of the things we talked about is how to love deeply without losing yourself, how to pursue success without neglecting your partner, how to manage ambition without creating emotional distance. Yes, you can actually do all these things in isolation very well. But what we are looking at is how you can marry everything together. All these hearts, how you can bring them in harmony. Because you cannot be truly successful if you don't have all these hearts in harmony. That is why this book was written. This book will help you understand that love is not just about feeling. Love is about systems. Love is about emotional intelligence. Love is about balance. If your relationship is suffering because of your busy schedule, if your partner complains that you are too focused, work, if you feel overwhelmed trying to have it all, if you are preparing for marriage and want to avoid future mistakes, then this book is for you. I wrote this book not as a theory. I wrote it from experience, observation, coaching session, and real life relationship cases. And because I have seen something clearly, relationships don't break because people don't love each other. You get to find out that some relationship that has broken, they still love themselves. They still love themselves. So relationships don't break because people don't love each other. They break because they do not know how to balance life and still stay with the partner. That's the problem. And that's what I explained in this. It teaches you how to create rhythm between love, ambition, marriage, ambition, family, and future. It will challenge you, it will correct you, it will inspire you, and most importantly, it will equip you. Yes. If you truly want a strong relationship that does not collapse under pressure, you want peace in your home while still building your dreams, your careers. If you want harmony instead of chaos, then this book is for you. Because at the end of the day, success without love is empty, and love without structure becomes unstable. Yes, let your heart and your life move in harmony, because that is only the time you can say that you are truly successful. This book, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Kindle Books, you can get it on Okada Books. You can also get it from me in Nigeria. And if you're not in Nigeria, you can get it from all the platforms I've mentioned. Because it's a 10,000 naira, but I bet you cannot afford to miss the information this book carries. Thank you so much, and have a good day.
Wow, amazing. A round of applause for Pastor Victor Inabi. You know, the book is very important because we are not taught how to manage homes in the university. Having said that, I don't know if the global data is online, but it's not online. We're supposed to review the digital dominance and how to brand yourself. These are tremendous books that you can even check their reviews online. We'll be going into vote of thanks. We'll be going into vote of thanks now, and to do the vote of thanks, we'll be calling on Mr. John Odunibi, the co-founder of Brain Speed here in Surulere. Mr. John Odunibi, please, is the major stakeholders in shaping lives of students here in Surulere LGA. He's an educator, he's a professional, he's a brother, he's a great custodian, and he's been here in Surulere. He's a major stakeholder. So vote of thanks from you.
Thank you, Ambassador. The man with the dynamic mind. And before I will say thank you in a big way, I want to talk a little about the man that has made us all come here. You know, when you encounter a great mind, to catalyze your life to start doing great things, that is the first offshoot of meeting a man like this. A man who has the biggest engine in the room in his mind. It is not by what? Size. Some people are taller than him, but he commands armies across the world.
Yes,
So, partnering with Ambassador has been a very great opportunity for Brain Speed International. And with that partnership, we've also built another partnership across UK, Canada, and different parts of the world. But I want to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the ambassador. So what will I even say? Can I feel his shoes? No. So let me use the simple word to thank you all for coming together for this platform to be a success. And we are also going to be supporting this platform to make this digital literacy a success, because we're in the world of digital economy. So you must have digital literacy to tap into the digital economy, without which you will be left behind. And do you want to be left behind? So you have to secure a space in global cluster to increase your pace. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for him, please. Thank you very much. Now we're going into the interaction section, question and answer. And to do that is the 001 A.R.E concept of the global clusters. And it's going to be, before we start taking our questions, it will just give us an hint. I think I gave us something about the A.R.E when I was talking about our programs and all of that. But the man that is in the ends of our fears, you understand? You know, so is here live. That is the one championing the project A.R.E of the global cluster, agriculture, real estate, and export. So it will say something for 5 minutes, and then it will take all of our questions, whether on the panel section, on anything. It's going to take all the questions, and we are all here. Maybe you want to ask Dr. Michelle you want to ask a question about what she said, what I said, what everybody said. You understand? So let's welcome a round of applause for Dr. Sheikh Makinde, the only man that bears the name as the governor of the state. A round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. I really want to appreciate you for your time, and trust me, I will tell you emphatically that there is no time you have spent here that is a waste of time. No, you know, every minute is an investment for you that you have spent here. So thank you very much. My name is Dr. Sheikh Makinde. I am the 001 A.R.E clusters of the global clusters, also the SparkHub. I am an economist, and I also studied international economics. I'm also certified by the International Trade Center of the World Trade Organization for trade internationalization and digitalization. And this gives that authority for me to be able to train you on when it comes to digital trade connected to exports. And this background knowledge of this exports and agri, then real estate, bringing these three together was the foundation that brought about A.R.E. And let me tell you, we are very passionate about it. I was discussing with Pastor Shelf when I came in the other time, and I spoke with Mr. Bashor, Honorable Bashor, that we are here to make A.R.E. a global initiative. We are here to make A.R.E. a national initiative. Yesterday in Ogun State, we were in the Ogun State government office, and we were able to secure their trust. By the next 2 weeks, supposed to be next week, they are coming to our office in Ogun State to give us certificate of recognition. They are coming to give us certificate of recognition, and we have been able to make this arrangement. That is to say, we are doing this in the 37 states to get our certificate of recognition. Even we are going to be live in Port Harcourt next week, and we are doing the same. We are doing the same. We are taking A.R.E. to the 37 states of the Federation. And let me also announce this. If you are not doing A.R.E. now, if you don't go with us, the transport fare or the fare to get connected to us may be too expensive. It might be too expensive. So this is the right time for you to move with project A.R.E. Let me tell you that also there is an initiative on ground that is, we are setting up a think tank that will look into the African, there is something we call AFTA. That's Africa Continental Trade, Free Trade Area, AFTA. Based on my exposure, knowledge, and training and qualification, we are making this arrangement to penetrate East Africa. That's Rwanda, Kenya, and Uganda. We are taking the move to penetrate this place. You see, there are 3 types of call I'm going to make here. If you want to decide that you want to be a volunteer for the A.R.E., you are mostly welcome. To be a volunteer, working with the A.R.E., it's a very, very lucrative steps that you will take. It's a very productive decision that you are making today. Because if you go with us now, we grow together, we get there together, we make impact together, then we get the recognition together. And that is how it works. So we need more volunteers. We need people that can join us, to make sure that A.R.E. gets to that level. A.R.E. is not ordinary real estate. A.R.E. is not ordinary export. A.R.E. is not ordinary agriculture. It is agricultural real estate and export. And we are bringing it together for the development of man. I was talking to the global president, we were discussing, and we decided to bring full empowerment into A.R.E. At the moment, I'm studying a course in North Dakota University. It's an online program, and the course is Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning for Precision Agriculture. Precision Agriculture. You see, if you are a young person, you feel you like AI, you like machine learning, come and join A.R.E. You would learn what we call precision agriculture. You see, it is not just learning, it is learning with time that is relevant to the current season. And you will have an edge beyond others. You will have an edge beyond others. And I want to assure you, it's going to be a very, very lucrative career for you. The end point of A.R.E. is to start up A.R.E. institution, A.R.E. Academy, that will revolutionize how agri, real estate, and export is practiced in Nigeria. This will be the only global African asset-based initiative that would move the government officials, that will move investors, that will move people in the diaspora, and will connect everybody to opportunity. Thank you. It's time you join the A.R.E. And I am inviting you to join the A.R.E. We also have, for those people that will be ready, you want to tap into the business part of A.R.E. There's a business opportunity. There are business opportunities in the A.R.E. You can buy the land can be managed for you, and you earn while you are not getting your hands dirty. You don't need to get your hands dirty. If you see my car outside now, I'm just coming from the farm. If you see my car outside, but I don't look like someone, or if you see my car shows that I'm just coming from the farm. Because of some activities we are going to have next week, I couldn't leave the farm early as planned today. I had to wait back to make sure I make arrangements. We are currently in Ogun State now a project on 411 acres of land. And what are we doing on these 411 acres of land? We are doing short-term crops, which is vegetable. We do all kinds of vegetable. We have our market access, we have our logistic channel, we have our logistic vehicles, we have our off-takers, and we also have our professionals that are working on the farm. Yesterday, we were able to bring in some other more professionals that will be able to help us to increase our revenue. And every time, when you talk about revenue increase, directly or indirectly, it comes to people that have participated in the project. And I can say for you, and it is verifiable, we are going to create a video with that, those people that have earned return on their investment. Return on investment that have been paid on Project A.R.E. between December and now is more than 10 million naira. And we are going to make a video. If I am saying something, I don't like saying things that are not real. But I will tell you what I know I'm saying, and my conscience agrees with, and I am not mincing words. Just like the Global Clusters president will say, we are not blowing smoke. We are not blowing smoke. It's investors' money. We are paying them back what they have invested. And we are not going to disappoint any investor. So far, so good. We're going to release the video on the platform. Make sure your number is on the platform there. And once the number is there, we add you to a group for this place. And we send that video to the platform for you to see that people are cashing out of Project A.R.E. Investors are earning return on investment. And this is the reason I'm calling you, that it is possible for you to invest and begin to earn every three months. Book inspection. Cluster and Oye. Our CCTV remote access CCTV will be ready by next week. Anybody that cannot come to the farm can come to the office. We put a smart TV there where you can connect to it to do virtual inspection for people that you do virtual. You don't need to even come inside. Just do virtual inspection. See what we are doing. A.R.E. is changing the narrative in agriculture, real estate, and export. Thank you very much for your time. This is the right time to invest in A.R.E. Thank you. God bless you. So in case you have any question from...
No question is a dumb question. You understand? Ask any question. So we are about rounding up. We're giving our whole bunch of things. We want to release you. The program is from 10 to 1. Okay, round of applause for
a round of applause for Mr. John Ojimini. He's saying that he's going to be sponsoring 10 of the books to those that will be part of the advanced digital literacy. That means going to be paying for 10 books. So a round of applause for him. You can equally sponsor a youth with 100,000 naira. That youth will have that book. It will have the digital dominance, Art of Harmony. It's going to have the Art of Harmony. It's going to have how to brand yourself. It's going to have a UK diploma course. You understand? Free. you don't have a mentor in Nigeria and mentor internationally, that person is equally going to have a lifetime training. Every day we will train the person. Every day till the person goes, we will keep training the person. So you can sponsor like that. You can equally sponsor display LGA by saying, oh, the LCDA that I want to do, this is my own contribution. You can see the QR code at the back of the program. The QR code is there. You can scan the QR code and donate any amount, any 500 naira, 10 naira. You understand, towards the logistics of this. This is for all of us to come together and build ourselves. You understand? For the LGA, say when you are donating, say for Surulere LGA, Surulere LGA, they are still getting ready to do the LCDAs. They are going to do the ward and they are going to do the streets. So just like Mr. John Otude has said, oh, I'm sponsoring 10 books into the back. You understand? That is what he's saying. You understand? But you can say, oh, I'm doing one youth. If you do one youth, 100K, you're going to get a certificate for that. You can show people that you have done CSR. And everyone is welcome into the digital world. Even if you don't have anything, we will raise the fund, don't worry. We will raise both local and international. Are you getting it? So I represent Nigeria, based in Nigeria, and Nigeria based in the diaspora. So we will contact all Surulere people in the diaspora. We will contact well-meaningful people abroad that will support this cause. But if you know you are able, do it. You understand? It costs you nothing. It's, you know, it will be your pride. Like I said, if you have come late, when I gave my welcome address, Dr. Michelle here saw me 21 years ago and started mentoring me. That time I was homeless. So I mentioned it. He started mentoring me. You know, I would have gone AWire. I would have become one area boy, or some of my group then, they actually killed them because of them became armed robbers. Yeah. Just to let you know. So they became armed robbers and all of that. But someone, the power of picking a youth. Some people used to ask you urgent 2K, urgent 1K. I get what I'm trying to say. Pick them, sponsor them into the advanced digital literacy, and that means you get them a lifetime empowerment. Lifetime empowerment. Just by her saying, don't worry, you'll be great. She was sowing life words into me. You know, you'll be this. She dropped me in her Lexus one day, drove me around A.R.E. and said, oh, you will have a house like this. Truth. This 21 years ago. Now, I have a house like that. Mr. Pius, fun. Yeah, you're right. Because he visited me not one, not twice, almost 3 to 4 times in my house in the Republic of Today, my duplex. I get what I'm trying to say. So, just to let you know that if you pick a youth today, you are sowing into something you don't know. Maybe in the future. Now I'm the global president of the global cluster, and championing 1 billion digital literacy, and I've helped over 10,000 students to study abroad in the last 21 years. So tell me, I'm seeing impacting people. So just because one woman stood and said, he's not an armed robber, he's not a thief, he will not steal my thing, he is a good people. As a matter of fact, something happened one day. Some of the people were working together and said we should do exam runs, TOEFL runs. And we did the runs. And they were the ones that went to report to her. And guess what? The power of correcting in law. She called me. She said, don't destroy your destiny. That was what she said. She said, don't destroy your destiny. If you engage in exam malpractice, you are destroying yourself. You have to, since that day, bring exam malpractice to me. I will never do it again. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, you know, sometimes some people will do you wrong. You say, get out, you know. You are still sowing hatred into them. You are sowing bad things into them, and it will make them unfold. But this kindness, this forgiveness, that's why I forgive easily. Nobody is my enemy. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, because of the kind of seed that I will sow into my life. So, sow a good seed. Start mentoring someone, even if you don't have money here. in your area, pick a boy, start mentoring them. Pick a girl, start mentoring them. The good virtue, the mistake you made, correct, use it to correct them. The good step you made, use it to correct them, and we'll build a better world together. We want to make Surulere LGA, we want to make Lagos, we want to make Nigeria, we want to make Africa a better place, great again. And that is why our mantra is MAGA. Make Africa and Nigeria great again. You understand? In Ghana, is make Africa and Ghana great again. In Ivory Coast, is make Africa and Ivory Coast great again. And collectively, we say make Africa great again. So, any question, please? Or you want to donate something to this cause? You felt, oh, I want to tie something to this cause. You can stand from the back and do that, or you can say, oh, every month I will be donating something. This is 37 million, scale it to 100 million. Anybody that knows me knows I don't blow smoke. I'm a doer. You understand? I don't blow smoke. You can be saying, that number is too much. It's going to happen. You understand? It's going to happen. I don't mind putting all of my resources into it. It's going to happen. And I've been doing it for the past 2 years. So every profit I'm going to make from anything we have done, I've done with everybody. I don't mind putting it into it. It's going to happen. We're going to embarrass. So we're going to live in an environment that will not be scared. You should leave your phone, you should meet it there. And you understand? These things happen abroad. We forget phone, they will give it to us. We forget post. With dollars inside, they will give it to you. I get more advances. So that is what we are saying. We want to do a better work for ourselves. So join this course. Come to this place. The 001 is the owner of this complex. Come to her. Tell her, okay, I want to join the meeting. You can come here to join the meeting. You know, join your LCDAs. Go to your own local government. Champion your local government now. Volunteer to this course. You understand? Champion, start something. Tell them, let every youth, you know, be part of this. Thank you very much. So any other question, please? If you don't have any question, you can join the SparkHubs. The QR code is there on Google Play Store. Give us a nice rating. Share it. Use it to do your Zoom meeting. It's free. You don't need to pay Zoom again. You don't need to pay Google Meet again.
Okay, so thank you so much. Some of you are looking like you understand. Some of you are thinking, what do I have out of this? I'm trying to think. Some of the youth, you may not even have enough money to buy a Coke and some bread. Okay, I get it. I don't know why so many people think that we African Americans are wealthy. We only become that way if we stay focused. If we stay focused and you keep your hands clean. I'm talking to my youth. I'm talking to you as a grandmother now. You must learn how to take control of your mind. You must. You do not have to dream small. I used to look at TV in those days. The TV was in black and white. Because I'm thinking, I probably have shoes older than some of you people here, okay? So the TV was in black and white. And I was growing up in the inner city, very close to like Mushi. And when I get a chance, certain areas like Ajegale, this is in Baltimore City, there were riots almost every day during the 60s. Most African Americans were not happy with their conditions. We had little or nothing. Most of us, even if we had money to ride on the bus, if other Americans got on the bus, we would have to stand up. None of the stories about Dr. Martin Luther King are fake stories. I know what I went through. I know what my parents went through. I know on my way to school, I saw bars where people were drinking and they were drunk. Also, on the same block, there were crack houses. I saw crackheads, people falling out on the ground. So, it was not easy at all. That's my point. To navigate to, I'm going to remain positive, that I'm going to remain respectful, that I'm going to organize myself, because many people in my family, even today, have made very bad choices, drug addicts, carjacking, violence, today. What's today's date? What's today's date? What year is it? Okay, I said today, and same of Baltimore City. Okay, so how do you maintain with all this craziness going on? You're even looking at it. Number one, whether you are Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or Judas, there is a God. There is a God. I have friends from every nation. In fact, yesterday I met with about 27 different women representing 20 different countries, because on February the 7th, we had a huge charity event that raised $70 million for some families, some widows, some children who needed ordinary things like slippers. So my family, my span is large. I've always been global. I've always been international. Let's go back to the basics. Because when you leave here, like I was telling this gentleman here, I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but my mother used to say to me, Michelle, stop talking. Because you can imagine, there are people who know me, they know I can talk. Whatever you say you want to do today, do it today. My mother's rule was, write down what you want to do. That was, even when I didn't really know how to write, I would have been in reception 1. Maybe you can draw the picture of what you're thinking about you want to do in school today, which later became, what type of grades? How do you want to honor me? I'm working 3 jobs. Either you're going to make a decision to avoid going over across the street where people are doing drugs and smoking and doing crack, or you're going to take the narrow street directly to the school. I can't stop you. It's going to be your choice. It's going to be your mindset. I started making money by sweeping other people's properties every day before school. Back in the olden days, when I came here to Nigeria, every morning I was seeing people sweeping outside. We're not doing that anymore. We used to do that. When I landed and I saw some of the rules that my mother and I remembered from 300 years ago, it was amazing. I'm standing here and telling you, we can go back to basics. When I first got here, Nigerians were not locking their cars every day. You could leave anything anywhere. I was in the dorm. I got myself into Unilab. Okay? Some of you are not born yet. We knew how to share. Somebody would have rice in his house. Somebody else would have tomatoes on the same road. Somebody else had the chicken. You can't tell me we can't go back. We were doing things godly. It did not make a difference if you were Yoruba, or Igbo, or Hausa, or Christian, or Muslim. I was here live. This is without the so-called things that came later, the internet, and all these phones that you're taking pictures of me. I am a living proof that this was happening in this country. Every day, people were greeting each other. Every day, people were cleaning their environment. Every day, People was wishing each other well. Every day. People were giving sincere hugs to each other. We're addressing the issue of digital. In this digital world, and that phone that you're holding, a lot of us we're becoming addicted to foolishness, madness, on a level that even the people invented it. The pastor talked about somebody had an accident. Instead of people helping, people were taking pictures. In Nigeria, of all places. So, what is my point? For the young people, even if you can earn money by sweeping, it's okay. Somebody might pay you 20 naira or 100 naira. You know, you need money to go to school, maybe for lunch, for snacks. You need money for your shingles. I did all those things. I swept. I washed people's steps. I knew how to do people's hair. I made money. You have to think, what can I do? How much is it to buy some cream, to buy a comb? Tell one of my girlfriends, you know what? Instead of you combing your hair, let me comb it, but I'm gonna charge you $1,000. She pays for her braids. Okay, I figure it out. I can do that. So my point is, you're gonna start with yourself. You're gonna reset your mind. You're gonna go. I used to talk to my grandparents every day, my neighbors, my aunts, my uncles about maintaining myself, asking questions. There are still, I'm not the only baby boomer. There are still old people on a block that are waiting for you to ask some questions. They're not gonna do anything to you. Find out, ask some questions. Ask your mother, your father. Stop, for my young people, stop thinking that world, that phone has the answers. You need to go back to emotional intelligence, which is turn around in your house. This young man was talking about love. Love takes the form of when you're protecting yourself and your family and minding your own business and managing your own business and coming up ways of maintaining and surviving. We had this young man that talked about the farm. Do you know I tried the trick in Nigeria? I'm becoming a farmer myself, and I'm teaching my grandkids. Nigeria, your soul in this country is so powerful. It takes nothing at all, little or no effort, to grow tomatoes. Nothing. I've done it. I haven't even hardly tried to focus because I have other things I'm doing. To grow, what else? I'm growing now A.R.E and bitter leaf in my own yard. Look at me. I'm doing it with my grandkids so that they don't think that growing plants is negative. We've moved away from something that God gave us that can make us the most powerful people on the face of the earth. Every resource in the world is located in Nigeria. So why aren't we using those resources? It's our mindset. We moved away from just being loving to one another by just greeting one another. It's this competition that's crazy that we're doing. That was a Western competition, which meant like, what are you driving? What are you wearing? You know, what kind of watch do you have? You know, what model phone is that? Is that a 14 or that? You know, all this craziness. Also, thank God, some of you are now wearing more Nigerian clothes. Do you know how foolish you look? Always with your Western clothes. We are never going to accept you as an American. I know Donald Trump has made that very clear to you. Just because you're eating spaghetti and taking pizza and drinking a Coke and you have on Western Street, you're not us. You're not us. wrong with you? You're not even an African American. You were not there for 400 years. What are you talking? You want to run from Nigeria to go to my country. To do what? To benefit off of what we did for 400 years? But yet you have everything here. You have your own culture. You have your own village. You have your own food. You have your own resources. You yourself, without doing anything, are good-looking black people, but you want to act like muumuus. Who should be sad for you? Who should be sad for Nigeria? Because you don't know how to manage your house, and your house being Nigeria. Who in this world is sad for you? That you don't know how to manage what God gave you, every resource. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror without any resting the time how good looking you are? Thank God the young men are now growing their hair. Look at his hair. Even Lil Wayne made a song about it. I told my children, look at your life. Even Lil Wayne made a hit about Nigerian hair. You have the best hair in the world. When you wear your cloth, you are the best looking in the world. So what are we supposed to be sad about Nigeria? How can I run from my mother and my father's house to another mother and father, go and report my mother and father? I don't know how to secure my own house. Listen to the madness. I'm in my own country. I want to go to somebody else's country. And that is where I feel like I should be. Why not build your own country? Your own mother's house? Your own village? Do you understand that that's not making common sense? You want to go to Canada. The Canadians build it. Is there a problem? Now, the Chinese are not going to let you over, but they're coming here because you don't know what you have. When I first got here, I didn't see any Chinese. Guess what? Almost everywhere I'm walking, I'm seeing them now because of the internet. And they are seeing what I see and what I have always seen, that this is a powerful nation of people. These are brilliant people. Every resource is here. These are things that should be running through your mind. You don't talk to your children. And you know what? And I told Dr. Botnis, I'm becoming sad. I can be in my car for hours and I don't see any Nigerian flags anywhere. Where is your national pride? You don't even fly your flags anymore. I can be looking up. Yesterday I went from the mainland all the way to DI, and on that third mainland bridge, I saw nothing that would have indicated that I'm in Nigeria. We Americans have our American flag everywhere we go. If anybody tries to burn our flag, you're looking for real trouble. You are supposed to be Niger proud. You are supposed to have a flag in your house, in your car, on your billboards, in your schools, in your banks, in your corporation. That is what you are supposed to be doing, and stop trying to escape to another person's house. That is foolishness. What are we talking about? We are running from Nigeria based on what? Who is pursuing you? I'm here. Where is a person? And then when you're not doing well, you want to come up with fairy tales. Oh, somebody jazzed me. Oh, Gigi. What are you talking about? I've been here. I haven't seen any Gigi. I see foolishness. What Gigi wear? You even got people on the outside believing it. When my family came for my daughter's wedding, they were asking me, is there Gigi anywhere around? We even think that is magic. And you actually believe in it, some of it. So what is my point? The SparkHub, the global cluster, was built for you to get accurate information, for you to find a mentor, for you to be a better version of yourself. for you to drop acting like moo-moos and face your life so that you get a mentor. I was a mentor, not just to him. I have more than 25,000 students out there in the world doing very well, thank you. Not just to him. Mr. Williams will tell you, this is my PA. Every day I try to find a minimum, random, a minimum of 5 people and just do something, even if it's a positive comment. That's how we used to be in Nigeria. That is how we are. Go back to being, go to your aunties. Go back to the village. Talk to them. Why are we changing? We cannot, the only thing you're supposed to be taking from the West is technology. You can never, I don't care, you can be delusional if you want, you cannot be a Canadian, you cannot be a Chinese, you cannot be a Russian, you cannot be an American, you cannot be a Japanese, you cannot. Just because you were born in those countries. You cannot be Turkish. What is your problem? Do you know that everybody's talking about you like you're crazy? Just because you live in Turkey does not make you Turkish. Is it madness? Just because a chicken is hanging out with ducks does not make the chicken a duck.
A generation waits for opportunity. A continent
this
waits for
is a great country.
The future waits for
build the country.
Today, the wait ends.
You have to build the
SparkHubs
country.
is the digital engine of the global clusters. Built to educate, connect,
the global cluster is your answer. To help you to redo this community.
And education will build a better future. SparkHubs is a comprehensive.
Please download today so we can have these interpersonal conversations. Please do it. Dr. Bartlett, with all his heart, and every other custodian, once they wake up, like my friend Victor woke up, I remember when he used to talk before. He wanted to share it, impact his information. And it's great. You do have one of the most powerful military armies and Air Force and everything. You don't get it. You do have these things here. And every politician is not corrupt. How can you say that? Some of these people are your uncles, your aunts, your mothers. What are you talking about? We do not. It's like any other country. You have some good politicians, you have some bad politicians. You have some good teachers, you have some bad teachers. You have some great pastors, you have some that are not. Stop doing it to yourself. Stop being negative to yourself. So the global cluster, we're inviting you today and for the rest of your life to be nation builders. We're inviting you to build your life from the ground up. We're inviting you, if you want to be a millionaire, yes, clean millionaire. If you want to be a billionaire, it's not too late. We have the right people, we're partnership. Gary is not the only one. There are other Americans who are looking to your case as well. So, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I'm going to tell you that I love you unconditionally. And that's just it. And I need you to love you for you. You are a great nation. You are a great people. You are for everybody that comes in. And I was with the International Embassy. Where's mine? Was I not Mr. Bingo? Did you see all those international different people coming out that building yesterday? That's 30 embassies. I was sitting there doing a wrap-up. So if all those people from 30 different nations that are in this country, because I was there, I'm an ambassador, Michelle Jackman, Baco, I'm not fake. If all those people from different countries can see the beauty in you, then why can't you see it in yourself? What is your problem? So I'm gonna stop talking, and I don't know. No question is what I taught him when I was infusing in him. All of my children, I have I'm Miss Belly, 2 daughters, 1 son. He's the only one that I did not give light to, but they accept him as the older brother, and they always have. So the question is, what question do you have? Just ask me anything, because the reason why I build it, because I've been able to scale. Nobody works harder than me and my family. Even my family says that. I sleep a minimum of maybe 3-4 hours a day, sometimes 2 hours a day. It doesn't kill me because I'm working in different locations in the world, and I have things I need to do. So, and I don't go around not working. I'm even learning. You see me in class, don't you, Miss Manning? I'm even learning how to sell real estate. Am I not honorable? I go to class. I don't want to be a moo-moo. I'm in class. I'm asking questions. I can't pronounce some of the roads. I think I just started saying, is it Moe? Right? Moe? Yeah, it took me a minute. I was calling it something else. And people were like, where are we going? And I was saying it, Moa. And then they were like, where is Moe? And I realized, oh, okay, it's Moe Town. I'm getting better. I go and ask them, help me pronounce the road. I don't even know the road, but I'm trying. So you too can try. A.R.E Investment Limited is one of the cleanest real estate ever. For 15 years, they've been delivering affordable houses for teachers, and nurses, and everyday workers. The owner, the CEO, he used to be a hawker selling bread on top of his head on a corridor. And now he's a millionaire. In his lifetime, he's a young man. He's made over 20 millionaires. Even if you want to join us in A.R.E, and he's also a member of the SparkHubs and the Global Cluster. You can come to class for free with me. I'm like somebody in reception 1 when it comes to real estate. I'm a moo-moo of the moo-moos. You can come to class every Monday. Is it not every Monday, Mr. Manning? I don't want to mispronounce the road. Can you pronounce where I go on Monday? What's the name of that road?
Okay, so every Monday, the 314 Ikorodu Road at the investment house. So you can always see Dr. For free.
Right, what's that address?
314 Ikorodu Road, Antenna, Antenna bus stop.
Do you guys know where it is? Okay, so I made up my mind that I want to have money, I want to own properties, I need consultancy. So I've been working for, I think 6 months. Is it like, how many months have I been doing? I don't know. How many months have you seen?
We'll say a year.
Okay. And then what happened to me last month? Did I become regular? Okay. Honorable says it's been a year. I don't know if it's been a year because my daughter got married. She got married in May. So May, it's not May yet. So it's under, because less than a year. But in January, what happened? Mr. Williams saw me on the road at night. I have so much in me. So I'm walking on the road on a Dubai way to visit a neighbor. And this is the good news that he told me. What did you tell me, Mr. Williams? Because Mr. Williams is a part of that too. These are live. What did you tell me?
In the month of January, we are among the list of the bestseller of the month, and we are among the champions.
I didn't know, because people can buy online, right? You know, my generation, we think it's all paperwork, but people were deciding to buy from me because they knew me as a person, character, that's what he says. Character can be your money. So they knew me to be very transparent. Some people didn't even see the land yet, but because I'm the one selling it, they said there's no way you can be lying. So even after signing the contract is when they now went to go see the land and do the inspection. Are you understanding? Your character can stand it for you. Your character. So I just want any question Please, can we get about 5 questions? Anything that comes to mind.
Okay, thank you so very much. That was quite an eye-opener for me, and I believe for others as well. Okay, so my question is, okay, on the A.R.E, that's agricultural real estate and exports, how does one take off? I want to be a volunteer, or I want to be a partaker of this, not an off-taker, because off-takers you have to make money when you start an off-taker. But so how do I start?
Okay, A.R.E, how does what's the question?
How did you start?
How does she start?
Yes.
As a volunteer, as
Okay,
part of A.R.E.
if you want to start as a volunteer for the A.R.E, you see, let me tell you how the concept of volunteering can help you. The first thing is that the concept of volunteering will help you to access skills that are free, skills that you are supposed to pay for, and at the end of the day, you are getting it free of charge, like an apprenticeship-based learning. That's number one. You develop skills. That's the first benefit that you have. It's not good to start life from 0 point, but it is good to start life from experience points. That is it. Start from experience point, not 0 point. If you want to go far, if you start from 0 point, it will take time. Buy or choose or sell it not. That's number one. Number two is, if you start as a volunteer, it is very easy for you to rise to the top without interview, without any form of protocols, because you have been in the system. And if you look at the career ladder, it's very easy to do internal promotion than to bring in a new person. You will gain ground easily. If you are inside that is very clear. Then if you want to start as a volunteer, these are the things that we are doing on the A.R.E. You can become an A.R.E. ambassador. You can become an A.R.E. ambassador. Now, who is an A.R.E. ambassador? Now, this is A.R.E. A.R.E. is a global African asset-based initiative to create economic empowerment all over Africa. Now, because we are creating economic, in fact, our first Lagos A.R.E. Economic Forum should be coming on before May. Lagos A.R.E. Economic Forum should be coming up. Now, the first thing is that you are an ambassador and you are learning everything about A.R.E. You can, from there, you can start your own farm. From there, you can become a major partner on the A.R.E. Then from there, you can develop skill and become a consultant. So that is that. Being an ambassador, you are promoting A.R.E. And when you promote A.R.E, there are some incentives that come to you from promoting it. And the more you promote it, the more you understand it, the more you get involved in some other things, one step after the other. That is the first thing. That means that is to say, you are not getting directly involved in A.R.E, but you are an ambassador, you are the face of A.R.E. You are going about and spreading the good news to people. How beautiful are the feet of those who share good news, who propagate good news. So you are an agent of good news. You tell people, you talk to people, you bring people. What we are doing in A.R.E is we want everybody to own a farm. You have heard the global president said that we want everyone to own a farm. You know, the best way we can tell the government that the government should get away and go to hell is if every one of us own a farm and we produce what we eat. You have your farm, I have my farm, everybody has their farm, and we are eating. We don't have hunger issue. Do you get it now? If we don't have hunger issue, when the election comes, they will not share 1,000 naira. And somebody will sell 4 years for 1,000. Am I saying the truth? So, because we are not hungry, we are not. And you you eat the one you can eat, you sell the remaining. You get. So the truth of the matter is, you want everybody to own the farm. There are a lot of skills you can develop as a volunteer. So the second level of volunteer are those people that are on site. You come, like our major project is in Ogun State. You go through Ilaro via Ibishi. We have 411 acres there. And that 411 acres, you want to participate directly. You can just volunteer to participate. These are the things that we do. We want to become the major hub for getting vegetable that will be exported from Nigeria. The single point where you can get vegetable that will be exported from Nigeria. That is a vision. You can imagine, you see, every vegetable that if you go to Napo, that's the cargo airport, you see that people have small farms. They cannot meet up with the demands. Now think of Africans or Nigerians in the diaspora, in the UK, in Europe, in Asia. They want to eat fresh vegetable. And the market is there. As a volunteer too, you can be liaising with people over there. You can be a marketer, you can be in the market chain, you can be in the supply chain, you can be in the market penetration, you see, all you just need to do is indicate your interest that you want to be a volunteer. It's a lucrative career, a career that you will thank God. If I myself, one day I was telling some of our workers and some of our volunteers, I said, I thank God that I answered the call of A.R.E. That it's a calling that I thank God today, because there are a lot of things that I don't know before, but I know it today. I had the privilege to talk to one of the governorship aspirants, the prospective governorship aspirant of one of the eastern states, and we got talking. After talking to me, the next thing he said was that he said, pray for me that I am able to win the election. If I win the election, I'm coming for you to be on my board of policy. Because A.R.E. gave me the insight to talk to him in a way that he sees that there are greater transformation ahead. Let me tell you, you cannot go far doing only business. But I know what I'm saying. You may not be able to go far doing only business. But when you get involved in volunteering, you get involved in social cause, you get involved in humanity, you get involved in different things. There is a way it builds you. There is a way it exposes you. There is a way it connects you. There is a way it gives you access into opportunities. And that's the reason if you volunteer today, you would see a woman came yesterday from one of our partners in Abuja, came to the farm yesterday. After coming to the farm, do you know what she said? She said, I want to become part of it. And she'll be coming back next week to join the, that's just it. So, if you want to be a volunteer, get in touch with no one here. Once you get in touch with the one, we will certainly engage you. We can do virtual interview for you. We can do physical interview for you. And once we do that for you, then we will know where to place you. So thank you very much. Am I able to answer your question? Thank you very much. God bless you.
Wow. There's magic actually in becoming a farmland owner. For anybody that's interested, we allow you to even pay in installments. Okay? So, we're done.
Actually, no question.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a beautiful time from morning. It's afternoon now. a woman who sat by me here actually wished that she had an opportunity to ask a question. And I was, asking her, was encouraging her to give a signal that she wanted to ask a question, but she's gone now. I am not so sure I can actually, let me see if I can. It was when the panelists were talking. So her concern was, okay, this is beautiful, but how will the global constant, the SparkHub, reach children in the community who don't have money, whose parents can't afford maybe Android phones and all that? How do we plan to impact them? That's what I heard her saying. So I don't know if it's a question worth attending to. Thank you so much.
It's always been a major concern with me. There was a year I learned the hard way that unless we had real people on the ground, when the phones or laptop hit the schools, somehow the children at those schools, even in the US, if your eyes are not on the project, they were not getting them. So